Hey everybody, I'm Jim Dedelow, host of Jed in the Region. Text me, baby, if you please. Tell me somebody if I'm on YouTube, huh? Heshke fi para pa la ra 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 pu pa pa ta ra pa pa ra ra ra. Problems. And the problem is traffic this morning. You guys hear buzz? Does anybody hear a buzz, or is that just my own brain waves coming back at me? Oh, I know what that is. You know what? It's this microphone, and I told them don't use this one. Sorry, I'm going to switch right now. I think about like. Call me. All right, so let's see. I'm in number 3. That's one ear, so we won't use that one. Sorry. When you're going to be on for 6 hours, you got to get it right. You know what I mean? All right. So let's look at this thing. All right. Am I on YouTube? Good to go. You are on YouTube. What'd you say, sir? You're on Udemy. What's Udemy? I don't know. It says Udemy. Anyways, 294 around the city looks pretty good. 80 going east and west looks good to Bishop Ford. Dan Ryan looked good. Even the Skyway. The Borman look good. Your problem is northbound on I-65. From what I get, if you're going northbound on I-65, you're going to have to go westbound on the Bowman, which I think most of you want to do anyways, and it's really not that backed up from what I understand, for it being closed going eastbound. Now I got some pictures from Goddard here. You know, I don't even know how to show pictures to you people. You guys don't matter. You see, this is a radio station, and I've got to show them on Udemy, and I don't even know how to do that. So thanks for the pictures, Goddard. I'll have it figured out by next time I come on here. So there it is. What about weather? Still cold, man. I guess you're not ready for this. None of us are. I mean, I'll be straight. We moved over here, and I said, well, we put in a brand new furnace on half the building, right? And I'm like, well, we don't really need the other half. I mean, it's 4,000 feet, the heat and everything. So I'm not turning that one on. And haven't turned it on. And I think, well, you know, it's maybe once in a while we go over there for a piece of equipment or something, and you just got to wear a coat. And it was, when I made that decision, it was like 55 degrees in December. And I'm like, yeah, it can't be that bad. Well, man, it got so cold. I don't know. It's like so cold over there. It's coming up. We're in like a quarter of the building. It's actually the old building that was built in I don't even know, in the 50s. And then they added in the 70s on a whole 4,000 feet. And I'm like, man, we don't need that. So we don't need to heat it. That was probably not the greatest choice because it's been so cold. Right now it's 6 degrees in the Calumet region here at the Strachan Van Til Studios on the campus of Purdue Northwest. It goes up to a high of 17, which is quite a bit warmer than it has been. How's my sound, huh? And but bitterly cold with increasing cloudiness. And then tomorrow, a little snow in the morning up to 1 inch, otherwise mainly cloudy and frigid. Any heavier snow shower could make roads slippery and reduce visibility. So I don't know. I mean, just 1 inch is like the worst amount because then it freezes. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to unfreeze and then refreeze because it'll be so cold. The high is only 18. But you can have a north wind tomorrow coming out about 10 miles an hour. So good luck with that if you want to get outside and shovel. I mean, it's just going to be butt cold. So, hey, 219-845-1100. I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. So, what do you want to do, huh? You know what? Let me just take a couple calls just to say hello. I'm already behind. Hey, hey, how are you? How you been?
I am doing absolutely fine. How are you doing this morning, Jed?
What is the degree right now for your 10-mile run this morning?
You know what? It is 50 degrees, and it's days like today that I am just so thankful where I live. And you know what? I really, when I sit back and think about it, you know what I really feel sorry for, but I feel good for, and I'm glad that I was one, is the firefighters. Those guys are out there in extreme weathers, have to put a smile on, have to do a great job. And it's not like they maybe, sometimes a police officer pulls somebody over and it might be for a little bit, but those firefighters and those EMTs and paramedics, sometimes they're on scene to hours on end. And I can't fathom that I used to do that when I'm sitting here in my car driving into the hospital, that it's 50 degrees. It'll probably get up to 75. And I'm like, I'm not kidding. I'm cold when it's 50 degrees. Did I get spoiled or what?
I almost feel like hanging up on a Hammond Tech guy that's complaining about being cold at 50 degrees. You realize that, right? If there was another,
I understand that completely.
If there was a Hammond Tech guy standing next to you, he would just slap you across the face for saying something so ignorant. Do you understand me? You know what?
Say, put your tank top on, man. It's hot outside.
You know what I like, Stanek? I like to talk to people that I know I could say whatever I'm going to say isn't going to hurt your feelings.
Oh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding, Jed. Yeah, I'm sitting here in a warm, hot, get this, 50 degrees. I'm driving with the heated steering wheel and heated seats. Is that not crazy?
That is a little bit crazy. But the crazier part is, why are you up so early out in the West?
I'm at the... Oh, yeah. So I work at the hospital Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I do 3 12-hour shifts. I'm a concierge at the hospital, which I really love it. And it's really good part-time money. But again, you know what? I get to help people. And that's the greatest feeling. And, Jed, I came up with this idea for the hospital. A hospital should have like a small radio station, and all they do is answer people's complaints on the floor and how they're doing. And I always thought that would be a brilliant idea. Could you imagine that?
I could imagine a lot of complaints.
Everybody could hear it. You're like going, we'll send somebody down to room 222. Just hang tight and keep them blankets on you. All right, we'll be right down there for you.
So wait a second. You want to? Oh, darn it! My spots are getting ready to play. You want that? Like, if you want to complain, it goes over the whole hospital. Like, hey, you know what?
Yeah, good just like a little radio station.
That would be just like this. People call in and they're all mad about something, NIPSCO, data centers, Trump, Minneapolis, whatever it is, All right, well.
You know what is it? Today's a good day to just let's talk about Hammond and forget the rest of the world. Let's give ourselves a little breather and just think like, you know what, how blessed we are to be where you're at right now. Get up in the morning and, well, I feel bad for you guys because some people can't afford heat. I can't fathom that. And it's just like sometimes we have to look in the mirror and reflect back upon ourselves and go like, man, I am lucky who I am.
Well, you know what? There's a reason Steve Stanek should have his own podcast. What would we call it? And what would you talk about?
What's Steve doing now? Something like that.
That only lasts for like 4 or 5 episodes, and then people get kind of bored with that. So what I would suggest...
How about like Steve's side?
I've got a couple inappropriate names, but I guess I can't do, we're on AM radio. But I think that people would listen to you talking and just saying, hey, here's what I did today, blah, blah, blah. I get that part. but then maybe mix it up every other episode where you go like interview somebody. Say, hey, tell us about yourself. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm a deep sea diver and I do welding on the bottom of submarines. What? Yeah, I've been doing that since I was 19.
Hey.
Yeah, one of these kind of things. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you would be a good interviewer.
Yeah, Steve on the streets.
There you
That
go.
would be it, Steve on the streets. Just talk to people. Hey, what are you doing today? Why are you who you are and where you're at? Just randomly, just pull over and just talk to people. I think that'd be great.
There you go. Steve Stanek, former Hammond fireman, now a concierge at a local Phoenix area hospital. All right, man. Good to hear from you. Thanks a lot. All right.
Bye, Jed.
Talk to you. Loco morocere pipapa. I'm going to play 1 minute and 29 seconds of spots so I can go grab my coffee. Will you guys be quiet just long enough for me to do that? Thank you. Yeah, in my head,
8103 Columbia Avenue in Munster celebrates Divine Liturgy every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. We are Eastern Rite Catholics in union with the Pope, the Bishop of Rome. All Catholics who celebrate Divine Liturgy or Mass with us fulfill their Holy Day and Sunday obligations as they do in their own churches. Join us in person this coming Sunday to find out the beauty of a Byzantine Catholic Divine Liturgy at St. Nicholas Church.
But it's time. You gotta catch up.
Yeah. I'll catch up with you. I'll be right back.
I'll see you in a minute.
Anything else? Yeah.
Well, what's up, boy? Hey, Ryan. Not tonight, man. Not tonight. Oh, yeah. You guys are right. Hey, come on. Let's go. Come in.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of
Calumet
St.
College
Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree?
CCSJ.
95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
All right. Pretty good. Pretty neat. CCSJ. Hey, man, you don't really think about it sometimes. Go check it out, especially if you want to go back to school, want to become a cop, teacher, you want to play sports. I mean, it's got a lot of cool stuff. And they have made the commitment to sponsoring high school sports here. Speaking of high school sports, what a game last night. And if you tuned in, it was Morton at Lake Central in girls basketball. Thanks a lot to Chris Enyart, Jeff Sandor, Larry Veraco, the intelligentsia out at Lake Central. We went out, and I believe that was our first game out there. Way to go. And what a game it was. But it was 55-51. Morton beat Lake Central in girls basketball. And that is because they have KP. Now, her last name is Patterson. All right, but what's her first name? All I know is they called her KP all night long, and I just listened on the radio. So what happened last night was we entered, I told you guys, for 5.5 years, I had to basically relinquish any sort of drive on WJOB as we built the Heartland Sports Network. It's a beautiful thing, and we do games every night. Sometimes there's 6-7 games on, and there's the NCC network, GSSC now, and PCC, and some college and all that, and you can watch basketball every night. I'll just download the app on your TV and go watch it. Now, the problem is it's Heartland Sports Network, but Apple, Amazon, and Roku take forever to change it, so it's still got to download the Jed TV app, and you'll be fine to watch. But we are trying to get all of the games on the radio, and I can, with modern technology, last night got it done where I could sit at my kitchen table. Alexis had some law thing to go to, and I was able to sit at my kitchen table, hit a couple buttons, and start talking to you and then click another button and then have the game on the radio. So you're going to hear a lot more games on the radio in the evenings. We couldn't really get that technology done, and we're able to cross over from the Heartland Sports Network. So 55-51 KP is so good, and Morton, don't look now, in the girls basketball is 17-1, and they open up with Crown Point in the sectionals. So girls basketball is outstanding. It was an outstanding listen last night. Thanks a lot to Tim Fedler, the announcer, Ben Cohort, the producer, and Larry Moore Jr. I haven't seen him. I've been texting with him a bunch. But Larry Moore Jr., the former Hammond Central and St. Francis de Sales coach, is one of our most active analysts, and he does a really good job, and it was just a great listen. My wife's like, why aren't you watching it? And I go, I don't know. I made some chocolate chip cookies and sat there and listened to the game just like you could have done 50 or 80 years ago. And so the reason I bring that up is that I just finished last night like the sectional packages for the boys tournament and for the Purdue and IU and the NCAA and Big Ten tournaments, and it's pretty cheap. My guys are like, they were selling for the last month or so a higher price, and I'm like, you know what? We're getting a little further on. Let's lower it a little bit so we can get a few people on. If you want to get on for sectionals, you'll be on TV and radio. Just email Sam at heartlandsportsnet.com. I think it's as low as $5.99. So hey, why not, huh? I do want to tell you guys from Paul Goddard. I can't show the pictures. I don't know how, but they're excellent. I mean, they're awful pictures, actually. And going northbound on I-65, here's what ISP put out. And you can go to Region News Source. Go to Facebook. Just, I don't go on Facebook. Well, just for this, you might. Go to Region News Source and like the page, and you'll get Goddard's updates. The guy's a freaking ghost in the middle of the night covering things, and but he's the best there is. I-65 northbound closed at the 80-94 split. A tractor-trailer crash occurred at the 259-mile marker right before that split. The semi is blocking all northbound lanes. I can't figure it out in my thick head, but you can go northbound and go west on 80-94, but you can't go east. If you go to eastbound, you must exit. If you want to go eastbound, you got to get off at Ridge and go down to Ripley. And if you don't know that Hobart/Lake Station area, then I'm sure that you just follow the traffic. All right, so that's what that says. Goddard goes further on the personal text here. Give me a second. Jed, there's packages all over the road. According to a witness who was headed north on 65 and was passing the off-ramp to Chicago heading towards 80-94 Portage exit, semi came up the hill and launched 15 feet in front of him up the hill from the off-ramp. He said it was like a movie in slow motion. The semi split in half right in front of him. Looks like it was a U.S. Mail leased truck. So the witness said he ran up to the driver and opened the door to see if he was okay. He was dazed, bleeding from the mouth, and he said he was a Mexican guy who could hardly speak English and said, what happened? So I have some pictures here. When Semino's going to come in today and produce for me, like I said, I'm on till noon. So Adriana Alvarez has just way too many things to do with our podcasts. So I asked Semino to come in and produce for me later, as I've got 6 different interview/podcasts to do starting at 8 o'clock. But until then, it's just you and me. And I want to hear what you have to say. I haven't been on in a little while. And I'll just take your phone calls. 219-845-1100. Hey, you're on the air. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Better than you. I heard you yesterday on the air with Dabberton. You sounded all turned around, man.
Okay. Let me just say, I've been watching the situation in Minnesota. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like what's going on there, and I have to talk about it. You know, it started in Minnesota, and I did a little research here before I got on the radio this morning. It started in. Do you remember the name George Floyd and Deborah Charbon?
Yes.
He was a policeman who put his knee on the neck of George Floyd. George Floyd allegedly, and I did pick this up online, he allegedly had a $20 counterfeit bill, allegedly. Okay, in case the people don't know what allegedly means, you need to look it up. I kind of educate you, okay? So what happened, the gate came, and they had George Floyd down on his neck, had his knee on his neck, and the guy hollered, "I can't breathe." He was handcuffed. There was no reason for him to kill George Floyd. Maybe he was a bad guy, but the only thing what allegedly was about a thing. So maybe he just did something stupid, counterfeit, allegedly. So as a result of that, Black Lives Matter. It came about. Basically, what they are saying that our lives matter too. I believe all lives matter. Me personally, okay. And he didn't deserve to be. Right now, George Floyd, you might not even know where he is. I can tell you where he's at. He's in Big Spring, Texas. No, I'm sorry. That Deborah Charbon. He's in Big Spring, Texas. Because you know why he's in Big Spring, Texas? You probably don't even know. He was stabbed in prison. Did you know that?
I did know that, yes. I had heard that.
Just trying to educate the public. So they say, Matt Locke is getting on here starting. I'm not starting no trouble. I'm basically bring people together. And I think right now, I told you some time ago, I think things don't get better. You say, you really believe that? I really believe that. But as I listened here the other day and talking about what's going on right now, Minnesota, it started with in the Black Lives Matter, Shepard, he created Black Lives Matter. They basically people were trying to say that, hey, this is not the way. And police brutality in the black community, and you say, there you go, talking race again. I'm just simply saying that right now, I think it's worse. And I wouldn't be surprised if Derek Chauvin was released from Big Spring, Texas, as basically by Trump. And I think they're probably working on it. I understand they are working on it. And so, basically, do you believe that? I mean, I didn't know anything about George Floyd, other than the fact what he got arrested. And if you got your knee on somebody's neck, in 9 minutes, he said, basically saying, "I'm gonna kill you. I want to kill you." That's upsetting. And right now, as we see what's happening in Minnesota right now, where all this stuff is going on, they chasing people down. Sometimes not all Mexicans are people who from those countries. They're just some good people. And when I talked to a gentleman yesterday, he said, I would just line those guys up and shoot all of them. Was protest, peaceful protest. But they have yet to say anything about insurrection. We had our congressman, I believe, came on. He was there at the insurrection when they went in. When they had to send the Vice President Pence out, and they defecated on Nancy Pelosi's desk. And as I was talking to you, I was listening.
Hey, Ron, I got to slow you down. You did prove my point. You did prove my point, though.
Slow me down, but you won't stop me.
Yeah, I won't stop. I won't stop you. Here's the thing. I mean, I heard it yesterday, and I hear it today, and I've been talking to you for dozens. Long time. And I hear in your voice something that I don't believe I've heard before. And it's a level of, I don't know, I want to say if it's desperation or a level of disgust or a level of resignation that I have not heard. And I think that you're not alone. Put it that way.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
And I
begin to think I'm alone at time, but go ahead.
So I guess my question to you is, obviously the thing that George Floyd, Minneapolis for some reason has become the center of the clash. Basically.
I told you where it started.
Yeah, it was George Floyd, and then they shot the congresswoman and her husband, I don't know what she was, a judge and her husband, and then they obviously killed Predit and Good, and they've had other things that have caused basically a progressive city versus the right wing part of Trump. Now the latest thing is this woman. Ilhan, she was at a town hall meeting, and some guy came up and put a syringe in her face, and put the liquid on her. That's the woman where Trump and her have been going at it back and forth. So once again, Minneapolis is the center of all of this clash. But what I want to know is, how is it making you feel?
Well, I'm making it feel. I believe that the race relationship in this country ought to be better. And
no, but how does it make you feel as a black man?
Well, I don't feel good about it.
Well, explain.
I do not feel good. And you heard it in my voice, and I've talked about it. And I was beat up yesterday when you were listening about this guy. He calls in and he accused me of being with the mayor of Chicago and never met the mayor of Chicago. He's just, and it seems to be an educated guy. But boy, I tell you right now, if he would probably say the same thing that this guy, he was a troublemaker. Because he basically called me a troublemaker, and I'm not going to get in no pissing match with him. We about to start Black History Month. I'm going to be on WLTH radio because I believe in there's what history is. It's his story. Too often we have not told our story. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we're gonna be talking about Bloody Sunday. You know what?
All right, Ron. I got a whole bunch behind you. I'm a little worried about you in the way that you sound, and I think you've been all ginned up by what's going on in the world, and I want you to remember that there's a lot of good people in the region, and the sun's going to come out, it's going to get warmer, and some of this stuff just doesn't affect us.
Can I say one thing to you before you go? I just want 30 seconds. Okay. You remember you told a long time ago there was an election in California, and people could not. He was a black guy, and you said that a lot of whites said we can't put this guy in office because he's black. Do you remember saying that?
I
you
do.
said it on this radio.
I remember saying that. Yeah.
Okay. So it's still today. What's happening today? Okay. And it's not going away anyway soon now. I was optimistic. I thought it would, but apparently it's not. Okay, with that, going to your next call.
Now, wait a second. You see that? You finally got to it. You finally got to the kernel of truth that I was looking for, and that you said you had hope that things were moving in the right direction and that equality was coming, but that how I interpreted it is that we're back to the same old racism. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I think it's always been there, but when sometime I think, and I'm going there, I believe that Donald Trump has not done anything to make it better.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Talk to you. That was wait, which one am I doing now? Is that me? Elle que moro je mi fi pa la mosche, fu para la mana la kasha, o lo moronyeski.
Come on, Jed.
Hey, I'm on the air.
Hello. Jed?
Hello. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Jed, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Larry, man.
Who is it?
All right, man. I enjoy your show. This is Larry, man, from Jerry. And I'm calling because, man, I hear what that guy's saying. It sounds to me like someone must have come knocking at his door, man.
What do you mean?
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he left a few of them watermelon seeds out, man, and didn't turn them in. Yeah.
I'm not.
But anyways, Jed, man, I love the show and what you do with the sports stuff, man. And I really just can't wait to see the people's heads roll. That girl that was got the stuff squirting on her, she's married to her own brother. She gives the black man a bad reputation, baby. We here, we moving with Trump, and we moving with the people. And we getting it on every day and night. And we coming back because America's strong, baby. Have a good day. Oh, the Bears. They lost.
No, they didn't lose. They won, but they lost the last game. All right, thank you. All right. Ele mishki fara mola hora hejme fapamarana. Hele morasgifi marasgifi pa. Hey, you're on the air. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, how does this sound? How many times have you heard this? Way
too many. Way too many.
Sam Michael sings in, like, I think it's Ukrainian or something. Some of those songs he does, like at funerals and stuff. And it sounds just like me doing this. So I must be Ukrainian instead of Polish. What do you think?
No comment.
Hi, Cousin Phyllis. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too. So much that, I listen to some of these replays, and I'm sure glad I don't have to listen to them on a daily basis, because the people that call your show, not your show, they complain about you the whole time that they're calling, as Adriana said on other host shows. But it's the same thing they say on your show. So what's the difference? Just call and talk to you about it. I don't get that part. And then you have people that call, and I'm going to rip, because I haven't got through to this radio station because, it's Biden's fault. Sorry. It's Biden's fault and I can't get through. But speaking of that, who would talk about going to a football or watching a football game on TV and seeing the President of the United States there and talk about, instead of seeing him, if Biden was in office, he'd be in a wheelchair and Mervin would be pushing him? Really? How old are these people that call your radio station? Yeah, your radio station. And they don't like women, especially Adriana, because she speaks her piece. And she don't back off them. I give her many, many, many kudos, because just as she told the one gentleman, and I'm not going to call him names, you brought your guns a-blazing, so now I got mine. And that was the best thing ever when she said that. And, going on, maybe some people better watch their back, because you can't chase little girls and think you're going to get by with it for the rest of your life. You're not. You've been there once, and it was very quiet on the radio for a few weeks, and it was the greatest thing ever. And people were worried about him. No, they weren't. They just wanted to hear his trash, the same trash he always has.
Hey, listen.
And he knows who he is.
So, you sound, I'm not sure who sounds more off kilter, Matlock or you? You or Matlock?
I would like to hook up with him. And my brother speaks highly of him. He sees him and talks to him.
I saw your brother, two of them.
Oh, but I forgot. Yes. Yeah,
I saw your brother.
Sorry, I had to work.
Where were you, man? You missed a good moment.
I'm sorry. I had to work. You know what that
The
means?
whole family's
Work.
there. The whole family's
10 to 12. Listen, I went and see Nancy Irene on Saturday. I made a lunch. Patty made apple slices. We had the time of our lives. We got there at 11:45. We left at 8 o'clock at night. We had the time of our lives.
Hey,
because
listen.
it was real people there.
Hey, listen. Aunt Irene, at the age of 90 years old, finally agreed to do something. And it was at this.
I hope not come on with you.
Stop, will you? She finally agreed to let me come in with a tape recorder. I had to say it in old language, and let me record the stories of our family where we came from and, you know, what happened. And there's a couple of really bad ones, as you well know. And I want to get them down, and I want to be able to pass them along. And they're all in her head because she's the only one left. And she finally looked around and said, you know what, Jimmy, I think it's time. I'll do it. Where'd you go?
She's still feisty, too. Because when we were there, of course, you know, it was like going in a local bar, the same people coming in and out and having a good time. It was a good time.
So what we're talking about, hold on a second, is my Aunt Irene, the mayor or the mother of the former mayor here. She had 9 children, and they were all at the wake and service for her ex-husband, my Uncle Dwayne. And just to be blunt about it, basically everyone was there. I sat at the table with Donald. I sat at the table with Charlie and Joyce, Doug, David, Dawn, Doreen, and we were laughing. And if I said that none of the laughs were at your expense, I would be lying. Because I love making fun of you. I love making fun of you.
I know you do. And I do the same as well. That's why we had a lot of laughs as well. But Drew comes in the dining room and he said, Mom, of course, that's, you know, his mother, Irene, one of her children, said, Mom, where's that box of toys that was in the basement? Because Sarah was there with a couple of with her daughter, one daughter. And Aunt Irene said, I threw it away. Drew said, what do you mean you threw it away? She said, it's my house. I'll throw what I want away. I said, you go, Auntie.
You know, why do you encourage that? You know what I mean? That kind of behavior.
Because,
you know,
please.
What
do you encourage on this radio?
Hey, every once in a while, nobody's listening, so I can say this. Every once in a while, someone wants to, like, threaten me or intimidate me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm excited. I want to hear what you have to say. And I don't know if it's going to ruin me, whatever. But I always come back to, hey, listen, I really appreciate your efforts to intimidate me. But I have lived my entire life being just knocked around by strong women. And if you ever met my wife, have you ever met my sister? Have you ever met my daughter? Have you ever met cousin Phyllis? Have you ever met my cousin Dawn? I mean, there's nothing more intimidating than getting around a table with you people. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does, because we're going to do it again on Saturday.
Saturday? What's Saturday?
Unfortunately.
Am I missing something?
It's a get-together. Yes, you are, because you're not invited.
I am now.
No, you're not, because you have no idea where we're going and what we're doing.
Stop. If there's a family, I don't really have anything Saturday. So, is it Saturday evening or Saturday day?
Let's see. Saturday morning.
All right, Saturday morning is perfect because I'm taking Alexis out on Saturday night. It's a birthday thing and it's all planned. So where are we going on Saturday morning?
Well, we'll change that to Saturday night. I'm glad you told me. I'll call everybody and tell them Saturday night, not Saturday morning.
All right.
Sorry.
Who do I got to go? You know what? This is not right. I'm a member of this family. All right, I'll call Patsy.
When you want to be.
Exactly. All right, man.
Oh, no, that's... Hey, love you, and it was great talking to you, and I'm sure a lot of people will be following me because they don't care for my comments. But you know what? I'm going to work, not to make friends, and I tell them that every day. If I went to work to make friends, I'd never work a day in my life.
Hey, do you know what?
Have a wonderful day.
No, wait. Do you know what my first experience with politics was playing...
My daddy?
Hold on, playing catch out in front over there on Northcott or Bering. What was it, Northcott or Bering? I always forget.
Bering.
Bering. It was on Bering, across from Big Frank's there. That's where all my people are from. And we're playing catch out there, and this guy pulls up, and we have to move over, and he tries to park in front of your house where there was like almost no room anyways. So now we got to move over to play catch and running bases and all this stuff. And then the guy gets out of the car, he goes in the house, and then he comes out and gets in his car and he leaves. And about 10 minutes later, somebody else, a woman comes up, she pulls up, she comes in your house, and she leaves. And then finally a third person comes in. I'm like, gosh darn it, Ricky, what the heck is this? Oh, my dad is the precinct committeeman. And everybody needed something, and they kept coming up to the house. And that was when I first realized that, being a politician actually meant a little bit of a something. Does that make sense?
Yes, it did, because my dad didn't play politics.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't play it.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He sat there in his St. Louis. He sat there in his St. Louis Cardinals jacket, and so yeah, I could do that for you.
He never took a bribe. He never asked for nothing. It was everybody asking him, and his famous words were, "Get the GD out of my house." You know what? They never come back. Have a great day.
Bye. Hey, Nicole. Nicole. Yes, you. What? I don't get. What do you do for a living, huh?
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Are you sausage curious?
Who's ready for Polish?
Big Frank Sausage has the very best Polish food in the region.
Have you had a mouthful of Big Frank sausage?
We have a full bar, dine-in, carry-out, delivery, and catering available.
I've had a mouthful of Big Frank sausage.
I've got a mouthful of Big Frank sausage.
219-378-9556. Smacznego i na zdrowie.
Who's ready for Polish?
For over 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
Do you say roofers? Or do you say roofers? Roofers. 294 around the city looks pretty good. 80 going east and west. As a matter of fact, everything's pretty light except for that one area. Just to remind people, I-65 had a bad accident at mile marker 259. ISP has closed at least portions of northbound I-65. Did you have to go up through that, Semino? Did you go on I-65 to come here? No, I just go on 41. You go on 41? Okay, good enough. Anyways, you can't go eastbound. If you need to go eastbound, you got to get off at Ridge and go down to Ripley. So it is a bit, according to Goddard, go to Region News Source and like the page, and you will get some notifications like I did right here. You know what? I turned it down to 60 at night. A little chilly in here, isn't it? All right, here we go. What did Goddard say? 3 to 4 hours for cleanup on 65, he said 5 minutes ago. So it's the packages are all over the road, Jed. According to a witness who was headed north on 65, he was passing the off-ramp to Chicago, heading towards 8094 Portage exit, and a semi came up the hill and launched 15 feet in the air right in front of him. He said it was like a movie in slow motion. The semi split in half right in front of him. Looks like it was a U.S. Mail leased truck. The witness said he ran up to the driver and opened the door to see if he was okay. He was dazed, bleeding from the mouth, and he said he was a Mexican guy who could hardly speak English. He said, what happened? So, pretty rough accident. I hope that guy's all right. I hope it sounds like it was a one-truck thing, but let's just hope that he was all right. In terms of the weather, it's still cold, man. It's really been a really elongated cold snap, and there's no real break in it soon. High of 16 today. Right now it is 4 degrees, and right around 1:30 as you get up to 16 degrees. Then it'll drop again overnight. It'll get down to about 0, and then you get another high of 16 tomorrow. But Saturday and Sunday, just warming trends. A high of 20 on Saturday and a high of 25 on Sunday. Holy moly. I told you guys long ago it was going to be a couple weeks before we got above freezing again, and that will be at least a week from today. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get up to 35 next Friday. Joe Cimino has joined us. Joe, thank you for coming in. Adriana's a little backed up on some of the stuff she's got to do, so I appreciate you coming in. All right, man. And I turned you down.
Yep.
I turned that down because there's a little buzz on that.
Anytime I can give Adriana a break, I am happy to do so, and I could use the hours since I'm going to be gone for another 10 days soon.
Joe Cimino, we'll get to him in just a moment, but let's take some phone calls. You know how to bring that in there and all that? That's kind of a complicated thing.
You ready?
I am ready. Go ahead. I drop people all the time. It's called Dedelowing them. Hey, you're on the air. How are you?
Hey, Jimmy, you ought to break the news to Joe. You know, he's not getting paid. Joe, you're not getting paid today, bro. You're
I know.
helping out the cause. You're not getting money.
He's getting paid.
Tomorrow, actually.
Today and tomorrow, and then he's going back east for 10 days, right?
Yep.
So he's trying to rack some hours. This might be the last. Actually, this is the last hours for you for a little while, right?
No, I work tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. What's going on?
Is he taking his resume out to ESPN or something, or what? What are you doing there, Joe?
I tried already.
Hey,
I think I need some more time. We'll get to it later, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the job situation. And, I mean, hey, do you need anybody to help put some floors in or anything? Cimino's looking for some work.
Yep.
That's what we were going to talk about.
Unfortunately, not right now. But, hey, Jimmy, what is the relationship from the person from your family who passed away to your father? Was that his brother?
That was his brother, his older brother.
Older brother, okay.
So my dad
I know there's so many of them in Manhattan.
Well, not
hard to keep track without a schematic.
My dad had an older brother, Dwayne Dedelow, and they ran the company together. And then he had a younger brother who married a daughter of one of the elders of the Mormon church, and then they moved to Florida. And so my dad's brothers are both dead, and my aunt is struggling. So my dad's kind of the last tin soldier of that family.
He's gonna be the lone survivor.
I don't know.
So your dad has a brother named Dwayne Dedelow, and he had a son who was the former mayor, right?
Yeah, people get that confused all the time. They tell me, yeah. So Dwayne, the mayor, now a deacon, is my older cousin, and he was the oldest of 11 children. And then I'm the oldest of 5 children. And it was even kind of a weirder situation because my dad and his brother married 2 Polish women that were aunt and a niece from right over here in Frogsville. So we ran around in a pack of 14 kids when we were younger, and it was just mayhem. As a matter of fact, my uncle.
Plus, out of all those kids, you guys kind of dated each other a lot and might have had a couple little accidents. So I mean, there's a lot of crossbreeding in your family. It's
well, you know what?
So
I bet
that schematic has a lot of lines crossing there, right?
Well, you got to be careful sometimes, put it that way. But, you know, it's odd that you bring that up. It's odd that you bring that up because that was Trump's, what he was saying about Ilhan Omar, that she had married her brother. And it was, I mean, the way that Trump and this woman from Minneapolis are talking to each other, it kind of sounds like me and Stanek, having a beer at the bar. They're just throwing incredible insults, but that was one of the insults that Trump threw at Ilhan Omar, and it turned out not to be true. She didn't marry her brother.
No, dude, she did marry her brother. It wasn't her. I guess you'd say flesh brother, because what actually happened was when they were trying to sneak a bunch of Somalis in there, she was living with the family. Her father back in Somalia is a warlord who's killed thousands of people. You know that, right?
Hey,
probably not.
You know
but
what?
You do now.
You know what? I mean, this one is just like doesn't even.
Well, you asked, but I mean that's what it is. And she came over.
Here's what it says. Hold on.
On the boat. What?
Here's what it says. President Trump has spent years demonizing and dehumanizing.
Okay, what's your source?
The Somali-born Yahoo News, the Somali-born Democrat from Minnesota, fueling escalation threats against her. Is President Trump?
Oh, crap.
Hold on a second. As President Trump riled up a rally on Tuesday night describing immigrants bent on harming and killing Americans, he singled out one person in particular as an example of a bad actor. Foreigners coming into the United States, he told his audience, quote, have to show they can love our country. They have to be proud, not like Ilhan Omar, that she should go back to her country, referring to her as garbage and mocking her hijab by calling it a little turban. So not long afterwards, she got attacked. So do you think there's any link at all between that kind of talk and this Mr. What is his name? I forget his name, Kachanchik or something like that, who attacked her with a syringe at a town hall meeting. That's why all these people are canceling their town hall meetings. It's too dangerous. But anyways,
what are you going to do, Jimmy, when you find out that little demonstration of her getting attacked turns out that it's possible it might have been a setup? Because I've never seen a woman get attacked who immediately charges at the attacker who was easily 4 times as big as her. She literally went right at the guy. When you get hit with a liquid like that, they immediately take you out, throw you in an ambulance, and start medical treatment to make sure you haven't got some kind of toxin on you.
Well,
right?
I mean,
right?
That's exactly what.
If I came into your studio right now and ambushed you and threw some liquid on there, would you go to attack me first, or would you immediately go, what the heck is on me? I got to get this off of me.
So her reaction is proving that she set the whole thing up. It could be.
Jimmy, I didn't say that. I said it's
You just
possible.
went, it could be.
Yeah,
that is the most dangerous. Take a stand, man. Did she make it up? Go ahead, say
I don't
it.
know.
I mean, you're here.
I
Then
don't
why would
know,
you bring
but
it up? If you
but
don't
it
know, then
doesn't
why
look
would
like
you?
it's real.
If you don't know, why would you bring that up?
I'm just bringing it up for a topic. That's all. I'm like, it looks fake. It doesn't look like it was real.
You know what? Let's go further. Do you think that guy Preddy who got killed, maybe he just set the whole thing up so he could get killed and be a martyr?
That's Brett Gimbel's theory. No, that guy was an asswipe. So? You know, he got himself tuned up by the ICE guys like 10 days prior because he kicked the crap out of the back end of a vehicle, broke the lights. Yeah, the guy's a bad actor, man. And his father told him, "Don't go out there. You're gonna get in trouble, son. You're gonna get hurt. What are you doing?"
So you know what? In both of these cases, so maybe she set that up, and she says, and she's a bad person, and then Preddy, he should have known he was going to get hurt. You know what I mean? So you're kind of blaming the victim. Blaming the victim.
What do you mean victim?
When somebody comes up, okay, but you're still blaming the victim there, and you're blaming the victim with Preddy. You see, here's the thing. There are things that are bad that happen to people that they don't deserve. It's not always that you can victim shame. I mean, it's possible she set this whole thing up, and we're going to find out that it was a big, elaborate setup so she could look like a badass. And then maybe Preddy set it up.
She looked like a dumbass is what she looked like.
He set it up with a whole. He set it up with a whole group of ICE agents, so they would grab him and hit him, and then shoot him dead.
Oh, no, he
would be like a saint, right? Yeah.
He was just an imbecile. But I got two questions for you. Did you ever see the movie with Timothy Chalamet about what's your hero guy from Minnesota? Bob, what's his name? What's the guy you love?
Zimmerman?
I'm blanking on his name.
Bob Zimmerman?
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the Bob Dylan movie with Timothy Chalamet?
Of course I did.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I liked it.
Did you think it was, since I know you and your, and what's his name, the plumber buddy who is one of the most amazing men I've ever seen. What's he, like 95 and still carrying bathtubs around on his shoulder? That's incredible. But what did you guys think? Did it portray him pretty honestly and realistic?
I mean, it was okay. You know what portrayed a person realistically better? Was the Springsteen movie. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's what I heard, but it was...
I mean, it was
no,
just
I did not, but...
If you want a rock movie, it's a very little slice of Springsteen's life when he was putting together, I think it was the Badlands album. And he was
I don't think it's Badlands.
Nebraska.
It was the acoustic one he did.
Yeah, Nebraska. I forget the name of it.
Like
and it was about him just getting fame and just going for basically for that second or third album and the struggles that
you like that one though, huh?
It was way better. But you know what else I like? I like in America.
You like to get Cousin Phyllis a boyfriend or something? Boy, does she sound sad.
She's like a lot of. No, wait a second. She's like a lot of other
maniac
people.
Depressant.
She's like Matlock. She's like Phyllis, and hundreds of, tens of millions of other people in America that are distraught by the breakdown of our social fabric. And
yeah, well, it's all in Democratic-run cities. You guys act dumb, do dumb things, you're going to get dumb results. Just that simple.
Thanks for clearing it up.
What did that,
hey, wait, we got to go. I got other people. Thank you. Take one more.
All right, don't get high on when.
Take another one, will you? Hey, how are you?
Nah, I'm sorry, but that Ilhan Omar thing, that looked a little bit, that looked a little bit fishy. Come on, people.
All right, here's what happened.
I mean,
the scene unfolded.
I saw it. I know what happened. You ain't got to tell me.
Well,
someone squirts some liquor on your face, you're running like hell, buddy.
The scene unfolded as she was calling for the resignation of Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary. Now, you know what? I was watching this the other day, and Kristi Noem and Greg Bovino went out there. And I told my wife, I go, they are sacrificial lambs. They are taking the heat here, and they're going to get clipped off as soon as this is over. 2 days later, Bovino's gone. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why they.
They just got rid of them.
People around and do stuff.
They just got rid of them.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They're going to get rid of her, too, if you ask me. I mean, she's going to.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to be loyal and do the right thing for your.
I'm at my job all the time.
Explain.
Oh, well, hey, when someone don't like what you're doing, they get rid of you. That's how it works. Those people, they have jobs, and if someone didn't approve of their performance or how they're doing it, hasta la vista, baby. Welcome to the real world. But anyways, I had a question for you. When are you going to put out the next Cow Guy podcast? Because that's a good show there, man. But now you haven't put one up in like 2 weeks.
You know what? We are getting it so that it'll be every week. And Adriana needed this morning to edit 2 of them. And she needed some other time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so she's doing that. I mean, part of the problem is we have so many now. And we get a little backed up. So we'll fix that. Even Cow Guy's like, dude, my buddies are waiting for the podcast. Where is it? If you guys want to get one that we're just trying out, it's called What Makes the Cow Guy Cry. Go to Apple, Spotify, wherever. It's an amazing story. Did you hear when he told the story of his daughter's death? I literally cried listening.
I mean, so did I. I'll admit it. I don't care. Yeah, I'm like, holy crap, man, this sucks. But, yeah, like, you guys got a lot of podcasts, but that is a good quality podcast there.
Yeah, he's on Fox this morning in about 10 minutes, just in case you want to watch him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. Thanks. I got to move it. Thanks. Talk to you.
Right.
Bye.
Yep.
Take one more, then you got to play some spots, dude. Hey, you're on the air. What are you doing? Hey,
good morning. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Well, first thing, wait, how was I going to say this? 40 years ago yesterday, what was that? Oh, stupid things tell me it's daylight. Daylight, it just now got daylight, my alarm tells me, so I can go out of the house. 40 years ago yesterday, the first teacher to go into space 72 seconds into the launch of the Challenger, the teacher and all of the rest of the crew of the space shuttle lost their lives in the space shuttle. And then like 17 years later, Columbia had an incident. But I was watching the news about that, and they were showing these kids at some kind of Space Challenger Center that's in Hammond. And a teacher from Indiana, I guess, helps at that Challenger. He was a runner-up. He might have been one that was going into space, you know. But you think 40 years ago, I was 27 when that happened. I remember that thing. 72 seconds you get launched, you think you're in a mine. All 7 of them are in that space shuttle. Get ready to launch to go into space, and the first teacher that they put in space, and then the Challenger had a disaster, that was sad part,
God, that was awful. I watched it live, and it was the worst part was that her parents were there, and they showed them live walking off the grandstand. And what was it? January 28th of 1986 is when it happened. So it would have been 40 years and 1 day ago, right? They showed the parents walking off, and the old man was kind of just sitting there smiling and like, well, what's going on? And then finally one of the NASA officials came and grabbed him and pulled him away from the cameras and took him into a trailer. And I just remember just watching that going, this is awful. Oh, but anyways.
Yeah. One more thing I'll talk about. I'll let you go so you can do the rest of your show and stuff. But I want to talk about microwave popcorn. I got up at 5 o'clock, shut the alarm off, laid back down because I was so busy on my laptop last night doing a project I'm working on, and I ain't even turned my laptop on. But the thing about microwave popcorn is, after I got home and after I ate my dinner, during the last weekend when the football games are going, I bought microwave popcorn, just basically, I won't say the brand name I bought, but it said butter. I like butter on popcorn. Well, I can't taste the butter, so I was asking the friend that was over watching the game with me. I says, this don't taste like no butter. And he said, well, you guys get the one that says extreme butter. So I went and paid for another box of popcorn, microwave, and I've tried it twice already. There's 6 of them. And it says extreme butter. No, I paid extremely more for that, and it tastes the same as I got the other box of microwave popcorn for less money. I paid extremely more for no more butter on popcorn, And it's a shame, but, that's about all I got to say. I ain't even got my laptop on because I've been working on another project that I got to get ready and get produced and everything to give to this individual to put it out in the world. And so trying to finish this thing up. I've already spent 32 hours working on it, and I finally got it all cut and done, but
hey,
about this world and politics.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate the phone call. I don't have anything to contribute about microwave popcorn other than Orville Redenbacher's is the best. All right, man, I got to go. All right, let's play. Who's the first spot here? Who's the first spot you're going to play? That would be Central Midwest Carpenters. They gave me a sweatshirt, and I wear it all the time, and people come up to me and like, hey, dude, you're a carpenter? I go, no. I was a laborer. My brother's a carpenter. My cousin's a carpenter. My uncle's a carpenter. My nephew's a carpenter. But I was very proudly a laborer. Now, I don't have anything against carpenters, especially when they write me checks. But I want everyone to know, even though I wear the sweatshirt, it's Local 41 at heart. Be right back on the Voice and Face of the Region.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Looking for a place to enjoy great food and great games? Head to Doc's Barbecue in Dyer. Indulge in Southern-style hickory smoked meats served in a fun, welcoming atmosphere. Want to catch the latest local Jet TV basketball games? Just ask and they'll have it on one of their 15 big-screen TVs. Whether you're here for the food, the fun, or the hoops, Doc's has something for everyone. Stop by Doc's Smokehouse on Calumet Avenue in Dyer, where flavor and sports come together.
For a fast and friendly car wash, go to Easy Clean Car Wash. Open 7 days a week in 4 convenient locations: Highland, Griffith, Cherville, and Lansing. Free vacuuming, air freshener, and a towel with every wash. It's fast, safe, and gentle. For more information and hours of all our locations, visit myeasyclean.com. Also, see how you can wash your car daily with our $10 Ultimate Wash for only $19.99 per month. Give your car the best clean at Easy Clean Car Wash.
Tell the folks where they can find the French Room.
Fridays, 3 to 5 Central.
And where can they listen?
On WJOB, AM 1230, 104.7 FM.
I believe those are the radio people. Who the hell's that?
I have no idea. But you could listen worldwide on TuneIn.com or watch on JetTV.com.
Get your Jet TV. The French Room.
With Marla Kubik. Variety, sometimes at its finest.
Maranashki. Holo Maranarashkife. Poloro Noronye. Hey, everybody. AM 1230 WJJB. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. And my name's Jim Dedelow. I'm the owner here, believe it or not. And you can call me at 219-845-1100. I'll take some because I have interviews or podcasts at 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, and 11. So until then, if you want something to say, you want to call in, 219-845-1100. The big news this morning is Alamanashka Fumonorinye, and it is from our good friend Paul Goddard. Please go to Facebook and like his page called Region News Source, and you will get an update. I get them like personally, hear them, their texters on my phone, and I talk to Goddard a lot, but you will have to go like the 220,000 other people and sign up for Region News Source and get this kind of information. All right, so they have I-65 northbound closed. This is from the ISP. And a tractor-trailer crashed at 2:59. The semi is blocking all northbound lanes. If you need to go eastbound, go to Ripley. Here's what Goddard said about the where is it? How do I get this damn thing off my page, huh? All right, here we go. Goddard says this. Packages are all over the road yet, according to a witness. All right, somebody's texting me up a storm here. Is there a problem? All right. Anyways, he was passing off on an off-ramp heading towards Portage, and a semi came up the hill and launched 15 feet up in the air. The guy said it was like a movie in slow motion. The semi split in half right in front of him. Looks like it was a U.S. Mail leased truck. The witness said he ran up to the driver and opened the door to see if he was okay. He was dazed, bleeding from the mouth, and he said he was a Mexican guy who could hardly speak English, and he said, "What happened?" Let's hope that he is okay. That's all we got to say is let's do a little prayer that this dude's all right. It sounds like a one-truck accident going 15 feet in the air. It's tough to come back. All right, that's the big thing on traffic. 294 around the city actually doesn't look too bad. 80 going east and west. Looks Bishop Borman, I-65 are all kind of low, less than normal. I don't really see anything in the whole area that you really want to get that concerned about except for I-65 there. You know what? I will say this. Going up the gut of the Southland, it's starting to get really bad on the Dan Ryan. And pretty much all the way up the Dan Ryan. But the Bishop Ford to get there is actually moving really well. Skyway Toll Road, Borman, I-65, they're all moving along well. Still cold, man, and you know that, and it just doesn't stop. Right now it is 2 degrees here at the Strachan Van Til studio in Hammond, and it is 3 degrees at Plumbers 210 in Hobart, Maryville, and it is 4 degrees at Laborers Local 41 in Munster, and it is 2 degrees at Ironworkers Local 395 in Portage. Goes up to a high of 17, bitterly cold with increasing cloudiness. Tomorrow high of 17 also, but there's a little snow in the morning. It's at that 1-inch level, and that could cause some really rough driving around kind of later in the rush hour tomorrow. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy with snow showers, get a 1 to 3 inches. Very cold again, high in the upper teens. By Sunday, some sun, and might even get into the 20s. Joe Cimino, the producer today. Joe, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you for letting me come in.
Hey, can we do a bit where, like, I'm the Munster guy and you're the Andrean guy, and we start making fun of each other? Should we do that?
Sure.
No, I won't do that. Hey, let's take a couple phone calls. 219-845-1100. And I will say you are on the air. How are you?
I'm fine, Jimmy. How you doing? This is Rick.
Hey, Rick. How you been, man?
All right. I was just sitting here thinking past few days listening to JOB. of all the people who used to call in. And this one guy, I don't know if the man died or he fell out, he moved. Remember Street?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened to
Street.
You know,
he used to call
Street. I mean, Greg from Munster. I mean, I know a lot of guys have died. And Street was kind of old, wasn't he? Maybe he just passed away.
Well, I know. I used to hear him when he would talk to Larry Peterson. You know, I'd call in and he'd call in. You know, and then all of a sudden, I mean, for a few years, I haven't heard him, and I was just like, I'm just wondering, you know.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while that comes up. It's like, hey, where's that dude? And then I'll be somewhere in the canned goods aisle at Strax, and they'll say, hey, you remember that caller? And somebody will say, yeah, well, you know, he died the other day. So I don't always get that. You know, I don't always get that news. But, yeah, he was a good caller, too. How are you doing?
You know, I'm still breathing. Getting ready for my birthday coming up in another 30 days or so.
And what birthday will that be? What number?
70.
You're going to be 70?
Yep.
How's that feel?
Well, I'll just tell you a little story what a guy asked me 10 years ago when I turned 60. He goes, how's it feel to be 60? I said, well, it's the same as I felt when I was 59. I said, the only thing is I just can't get over that number. You know, I can't believe that 60 years, well, now 70 years of my life is like, poof. You know, that's how fast it went. So,
you know, isn't that weird? I mean, I was reading something. It goes like that. It's like, poof, what happened? You know, you get this little bitty slice of this 1,000,000-year Earth, and then it's done. You're over. Pretty much, for the most part, people don't even remember. Street may have died, and we don't even know what happened to him, you know? Just came and went.
But, you know, it's like, I tell my kids, I tell my grandkids, I said, don't waste time. You know, when you get old like me, and then you sit around and you wonder, well, what if I would have done this, or if I would have done that, you know? And I tell them that I don't ever want them to be in that predicament, you know, and you know, time goes by, man. Time's going to go by with you or without you, you know. So,
you know,
anyway,
I gotta take a little bit of the other side of that, because right now, you know, I spent 5.5 years building this sports network, and now I'm coming over here. I'm going to try to fix WJOB a little bit, build a podcast network. I kind of feel like I want to waste some time for a little while. In other words, there's got to be a middle ground from like working your ass off all the time, between working your ass off all the time and wasting time. You know what I mean? Got to have a balance. Mm-hmm. And I'm in balance. Nobody's listening, so I'll just tell you. Thanks for listening, though.
I do. I've been listening for 54 years.
Hey, Rick, will you do me a favor? Do you use email?
No.
No, your daughter does. Here's what I'm doing. I'm remaking WJOB now. It's going to take a while. And I need suggestions. So if you have any suggestions, you give them to your daughter and she'll email them to me, okay?
Okay.
Deal? Think about it. Yeah, what the programming should look like, what you like, what you don't like. The dude, Terry, called in a little while ago, and he says, man, that podcast with the cow guy is outstanding. And I'm like, all right, I don't know if I should spend that kind of time with it and, you know, what I'm doing with it. But if I get that kind of feedback, then I know, you know, let's go this direction. Maybe I'll put some time into it.
I heard him. I heard him yesterday on another radio station yesterday. I was listening to him. He's a very smart man. He's got it going on, man. I listen to him. I've heard him. I hear him every week on another radio station out of Chicago. And
he's on all the time.
I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, he's on radio. He's on Fox Business.
Sean Thompson.
Sean Thompson. That's his buddy. But here's the
But
problem.
what I'm saying, though, is like I missed him when he was on after he left WJOB. That kind of ticked me off. I was like, man, I listened to him. He was a good guy, you know. But he moved. He moved out. He don't live in Portage anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Thank you, Rick. So Semino, here's the deal. I know this. Go ahead and hang up. Thanks, on Rick. So I know this dude from the Board of Trade, right? And he's like me. He's like, he's doing media and doing a little bit here and there. So he comes and he moves to Portage. He marries a girl from Hegwish, and he moves to Portage. He's had some major tragedy in his life. You got to listen to the podcast to listen, because you see Cow Guy on national TV in about 10 minutes on Fox. You can listen to him on Sean Thompson. He's got his own national show at 1:30 called The Close with the Cow Guy, or Cow Guy Close on the Markets, or whatever. But he's starting to do a podcast with me. And we're not really arguing about politics. We're just arguing like a couple trader dudes, right? Just going at it, like talking to each other like, you're an idiot. And, gosh, I can't believe you. You're so stubborn and you're such a jerk. And we're talking like that back and forth. And he's living in Portage. Then I go meet him over here at Byway. He's driving in. And I'm like, man, what's up? He goes, I got to tell you, I got a job. I go, what do you mean? Yeah, I got to move to Nashville, and I got to move like in 3 days, so we're done with the podcast. It was one of my favorite podcasts. The guy was good, partly because I can't hurt his feelings, It's like my buddy Stanek called in. I could say whatever I want. I don't know what I would say that could hurt his feelings. So to show you can leverage this to go somewhere else. That's my point. And so while he was here, I did maybe 30 or 40 of the podcasts. He kind of got back into media. He knew what he was doing. He used the podcast to show to the network. And then he said, okay, I got to go, but I can't do the podcast anymore. I'm like, fine, that's how it works. Does that make sense to you? So same thing with Sonny and with Rob and Mulaney, and all these guys went to Big Ten and Barstool. That's how it's supposed to work. But you have to use the resources that are here. So, like, I wouldn't pay you for this, but you could do your own podcast. What would you call it?
I don't have a name. Adriana and Bob left me here for like 30 minutes like last week, and I don't know. I'm shuffling through names. I thought like I like had a nickname Broadway Joe in high school just because we were on Broadway, and Joe Namath, the Jets quarterback. So I thought like maybe something like the Broadway Joe Show, and then just talk about sports.
So that's an idea, but so like you're trying to get a job in the media. So now you used to have a byline, which is mean you already had to have written for a newspaper to get a job in a newspaper, and it never made any sense. But you got to get a byline. So it's the equivalent of a byline. So if you had that, you could at least show them that. Now, you're learning all the technology here that is way higher level than any other local media in America. And you can take what you know, and Sonny took it. They plugged him into the Big Ten network. Rob learned all this stuff. They plugged him right into Barstool. Okay, those are two good examples. So that's what I'm saying. And the Cow Guy, he was like, all right, Ted, I want to get deeper in the media. I've been doing this stuff. What do I, he asked me, what do I do? I go, well, we do a podcast and see how that goes. Boom. All right, I'm done with the podcast. I got a full-time job, and he's making a ton of money, and he's a national celebrity now, right? So my point is, but we weren't making any money at it. He's like, just, let's do this podcast and let's see what happens. So I kind of did it for him a little bit, and then he leveraged it to go somewhere else. So all of this stuff is here. You can do that anytime you want to use it. I'm not going to pay you for that. I'm paying you right now to produce, or I'll pay you to go do a camera. But I want you to know that that's the business model. People come in here. I work them hard. Colby taught me how to do that. And you have to leverage the resources. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we talked about it briefly on the phone last night, but yeah, I need to, probably start showing my face when I speak more. Especially now, it's kind of hard just because I want to talk to you like face to face.
You need to talk to that camera.
I know, but that's because then I'm having this conversation with you and I'm looking at you.
But I'm back here.
I know.
Right,
but that's what I'm saying.
So I'll just sum it up. Semino is in exactly the same position that I was. How old are you?
22.
When I was 22 years old, and I came here and I worked for Colby, and he paid me $3.65 an hour, and I asked him he said your limit's 15 hours, and I was a news person, and I went in and I asked him for 20 hours and $3.95, and he said no, you get 15 hours, and that's it. So I went. If I didn't have work, I would go over to Labor's 41 Hall and sit on the bench, and I'd get work that way. Sometimes. A lot of times I just spent going up and down Kennedy Avenue crawls, drinking all day with money I didn't have. So I want to put it out to people that Semino needs a job, right? It's pretty simple, right? What do you want kind of job?
Okay. Well, I guess I should preface this because some people are commenting about me not going out east. So I've applied to a bunch of stuff, who was the previous caller that called in talking about ESPN? Like, yeah, I've applied to ESPN and stuff like that. But I chose this life, like, for a majority of my college career. Like, what I thought I was going to do is I was a business management major, and I switched, like, halfway through my junior year. So I haven't been in this field, I guess, for as long as somebody like Adriana or Matt, and I realized that my resume probably needs to build a little more before I can land a job like that, especially out east. There's where a lot of MLB Network is, WWE, all their headquarters are all out in Connecticut. So I think that I need to build my resume, but obviously that means living out here on my own once my house gets sold, and obviously that means now having to pay for my own rent and being an adult, paying for utilities, all that kind of stuff. So sadly, Jed does not pay me enough to do that just by working here. And I'm just looking for any kind of work. I mean, probably something like labor related. I'd love to learn a skill or a trade, maybe an apprenticeship if that's possible. But the big thing for me is I want to still be able to be here for the studio. So I have my usual Friday. And then during the weekends, I've been trying to throw my hat into the sports side more. And, that's when the tournaments come along. And, the earlier games are usually on Saturdays. So I'm trying to figure out something that I can work around that schedule. But I also want to learn a skill. So I think those are the two most important things to me when I'm looking for a job.
Put it out there. Anybody needs some labor. He's a strong dude. Big, strong dude. He'll do manual labor. He'll do whatever. And how can they email you? Joe at...
Joe at WJOB1230.com is my email, and I will respond to you quick.
And I hate to bring this up at exactly this time, but U.S. companies, this is the lead story on the Wall Street Journal, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. U.S. companies are slashing jobs. Many corporations binged on labor during the pandemic. Now facing AI, they are slimming down. Dow to cut 4,500 employees in AI overhaul. Microsoft cutting 30,000 jobs. A lot of the companies found that they are too big. Amazon said Wednesday it would cut off an additional 16,000, and they just laid off 14,000. UPS expected to slash 38,000 on top of 48,000 jobs it already cut earlier this year. CEOs insist that their companies are too large and too bloated, and AI makes things too easy. Good news, Starbucks said the company may be hiring I read this wrong. Starbucks said the company will be hiring fewer people in its corporate centers and in its stores. And hiring has closed, according to the Wall Street Journal, hiring has slowed to a crawl. How's that feel?
Well, not good considering our conversation.
So here's my point, is I was in this exact spot doing this show in the afternoon once in a while for Colby. And I came out of his office, and I'm like, dude, I gotta find some money. I had a girlfriend. And so I put out a zillion resumes, and this PR firm in Chicago finally responded to me. And I got a full-time public relations job in crisis communications for a while. And I was able to move to the city. And I remember I was making $26,000 a year, which seemed like a zillion dollars at that time. And then I was walking around the city of Chicago at lunchtime. I didn't really like the job. I had to wear a suit, and I had to be nice to people. And so I was walking around, and I remembered my buddy worked at the Board of Trade, so I went to the visitor center, and I looked down there at all these people just pushing each other and throwing garbage on the floor and yelling and just kind of milling around, thousands of them. And I said, that's what I got to do. So I didn't go back to work, and I started walking around the Board of Trade building looking for a runner's job. Finally, some dude's granddaughter went to Berkeley, saw my resume, and he hired me because I went to Berkeley, partly because I think he wanted me to maybe date his granddaughter, who was and but anyways, he gave me the job, Bud McLean. And then I went from $25,000, making decent money then. That'd be like making 60 now, maybe 80, to making $9,000 a year as a runner. And I loved it. So that's my story. But I just walked out of WJOB and said they couldn't pay me, and that's how it's going to be. So I just wanted to let you know there's plenty of things going to happen. But I know a lot of people that worked here had side jobs. John Baranowski worked at Ford, and he did the afternoon show, and he made good money there and probably little money here. But I just want to circle around to everybody. I know it's tough out there right now. We are not taking interns. Nobody in Chicago is taking interns. Nobody's hiring. I got to tell you, AI is a factor. We can do a lot more. Last night, Joe, I produced the radio game from my kitchen table.
Really?
Yeah. Using the new AI program with Riverside FM. How's that feel? Nobody needs to come produce it. I produced the game from my kitchen table. So anyways, how does that? Have I fully depressed you?
No, you could never break my spirits, Jed. But yeah, I mean, no, that was a little depressing. That was definitely a little.
A lot of people say AI is a fallacy. It is not a fallacy. All these companies realize it. I woke up this morning and I need to make a little flyer to sell the sectional package. I put a couple things in AI and made a flyer way better than I ever could. And I used to hire a graphic designer, and it cost me $500 to put the flyer and the whole program together. Zip, in like 3 minutes. It's all done. By the way, if you want to buy sectionals, we'll have the flyer. It'll be on the website in the next couple of days. So here's my point. Are you listening? And I went to Lynette, and I said, hey, Lynette, I want to put AI on this and this and that. And she looked at me. She goes, well, do I have to do AI? All it's going to do is cut people's jobs. Do you agree?
That's what she said?
That's what she said to me.
Do I have to use it? I mean, I've always been the work smarter, kind of guy.
You're just lazy as I am.
No, I'm not lazy.
No, he's
not
hard.
I'm not lazy.
No, I'm sorry. No, he's not lazy because he's looking for a job. Somebody's going to hire him. He works hard, but he's always looking for the easiest way to do it, and I am too. Always looking for the cheaper and easier way to do it. So I said, all right, here's the thing, Lynette. You're right. It's going to cost a lot of jobs, but here's what's going to happen. the people that know how to integrate AI into a system are the ones that are going to get hired. And I want you to build me a system to broadcast on WJOB. And she looked at me like I was crazy, Semino. Somebody offer you a job already on the chat line?
Paul did. Paul said I got to get him or he didn't offer me the job, but he said get him a resume.
Who got her?
Yeah, and then I think this is Trucker Mike.
All right, well,
talking
anyway,
about making me
a truck driver. There you go.
There you
hey,
go.
listen. Anyways, I know you're getting job offers right there, but I said that to Lynette, and she didn't want to do it at first. Now she has completely changed her course. She is integrating all of the AI tools into what we do at WJOB, and I want you to be. Well, you're already there because you'll do what I want, which is find the easiest and cheapest way to do it. And we think similarly. And you work hard. Like I like to work hard. I don't like to trumpet it or anything. But she rejected it because she's like, dude, it's going to it's costing everybody jobs that there's no entry-level jobs because AI is doing all of that, right? Well, she's right. But you got to learn how to integrate it into a system. And that's what I will teach you while you're here. Does that make sense? And I will also teach you that you just got to put it out every time you're on the air that you're looking for a job, okay?
Oh, we'll have this discussion tomorrow, guys. Trust me.
All right, take a short break. We have one. We'll take a short break. I will take 3 calls. And then we have an interview with Maria and Hugo, 2 of my favorite people in the whole world from the South Shore Arts Center. So stay where you're at. Voice and face of the region.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW, Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Have you ever considered becoming an iron worker? Local 395 is now accepting applications for their apprenticeship program. Go to ironworkers395.com. Look under the training section, click on apprenticeship, and scroll down to the application. You must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and you must be physically able to perform the work of the trade. Find out more by calling the apprenticeship school in Lake Station at 219-962-7675 or visit ironworkers395.com.
Do you like to work with your hands, creating something from nothing? Then think about Laborers Local 41. You'll get 432 hours of apprenticeship training, all while earning a wage with benefits and incurring no student debt. You'll travel to different job sites, learn tons of skills, and in a lot of cases, be the first one on and last one off a job site. It all starts at laborers41.com.
Hello. You are listening to the Jim Dedelow Show on WJOB 1230. I forgot the other one. Good morning, guys. It's good to be here. I'm just going to do the weather for you guys real quick because Yeah, it is cold, Paul. I'm just going to do the weather for you guys real quick, just because Jim is talking to somebody right now. So today is Thursday the 29th. It's going to be a high of 17 and a low of 3. Partially sunny, but still bitterly cold. We should have some morning showers tomorrow, just about an inch with a high of 18 and a low of 7, real feel of 5. And then for the weekend, Saturday is going to have a couple more snowstorms. You're going to have a snowstorm watch from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. 3 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Saturday, so be aware of that. The real feel will be 9. And then on Sunday to close out the week, it'll do a 180, and it'll still be chilly, but it'll be partially sunny with a high of 26 and a real feel of 19. So that's your weather for the rest of the week.
Hey, Hugo and Maria are waiting out there. They're going to have the Sunday brunches. We're going to talk about that, and I don't know, we'll josh around a little bit. But we'll talk to them too. See if they need any servers on Saturday nights for weddings and stuff. You know what I mean? What do you think? Are you listening to me or what?
No,
Are you getting like job offers on the chat room on YouTube?
My dad is dissing me in the chat.
Why? Your own dad?
Yeah, he's always doing that. He thinks he's like a jokester or something.
What's he dissing you about?
Because he thinks I didn't buy my own coffee this morning. I had $10 in my wallet, but whatever.
Oh, you put it on him instead?
No, I put my dinner on him, if anything, because it costs more. I'll buy my own breakfast.
Hey, listen, once again, Cimino needs some work. All you got to do is go to Joe at WJOB1230.com. All right, let's take these calls. Let's go. 219-845-1100. Hey. The voice and face of the region, and you are on the air.
Hey, speaking of old-time listeners, you remember Toll Road? What happened to him? You remember the Cubs grand slam in the 7th inning? You remember that? The contest? He was a caller like in April for $1 million. And there was no grand slam in the 7th inning, and they canceled that contest, and he didn't know about it. And in May, he called back up, and he got it for the 7th inning, and somebody hit a grand slam for the Cubs, and he thought he won $1 million. I think he won a bucket of chicken or something. You remember that?
As vague as that,
Toll Road.
I do remember that. Now it's vaguely in my head. It was a bucket of chicken instead of $1 million. I remember. That's all I remember about it.
And then you owed me a WJOB shirt from me guessing how many games the Boston Red Sox would win the 2005 World Series. And instead, you said, "Hey, I called you up for tickets for an Iowa-Indiana game, and I asked for 4 tickets, and you gave me 50." And remember that? Remember that?
Do.
So I called all my buddies in Iowa, and I met them at the gate, and I think I passed out like 40 tickets for that game. So you can't do that now, obviously. But you were talking about you had 50 tickets. Back then, you could have. It was easy. You had to get rid of it.
I had 50 tickets for every IU football game. 50 tickets. And I could very rarely get rid of 2 of them for each game. But I remember you used most that I think ever got used. Mike Suggs took a bunch, and he took the Boys and Girls Club and that kind of thing. But this year, I got 7 tickets to every game. And I sent them to my brother who lives like right by the stadium. He's a doctor. He lives down there. He said that once his buddies and all the people in Bloomington found out he had tickets, that he has never had that much contact from the whole everybody was coming to him. "Hey man, I heard you got tickets and this and that." One game he couldn't even go. I think it was Illinois, because the guy he worked for wanted 2 tickets at the last minute, so he had to give him his own tickets. And then he went to buy tickets for himself, and they were $400 a piece.
Do me a quick favor.
What am I doing?
Turn around and click this green button.
Why?
Like, into the corner.
All right, good enough. All right, thank you. All right. So, hey, what's on your mind, by the way? Was that it?
I'm going to send
I'm going to send. Our company is Cox Enterprises. We're out of Atlanta. We also own a media company. I'm going to send Joe all the information for our media company, and there's always sports jobs available with Cox Cable, so I'll send him some information.
There you go.
Please do. Joe at WJOB 1230. I will respond to you right after my shift's over.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
I'll give it to you in about an hour.
All right,
Bye.
man. Thanks a lot. 219-845-1100. You want to hire Joe? Joe at WJOB1230.com. Hey, you are on the air. How are you?
Well, I'm going to fill out Joe's application, okay?
Okay.
I got to ask Joe some questions. Joe, have you ever been down the county?
No.
And what I mean by that is, have you ever been arrested?
I have never been arrested.
Okay, so you haven't been down the county, so you can't be a Boilermaker or iron worker. And by the looks of you, you come in sober. You come in sober every day. I don't think you could be a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? There's that one carpenter that calls in here. He cries a lot. I think that's Jed's cousin. And I really, truthfully believe, after all the people I worked with, all the trades, I think you should talk to Randy Palmatier and become a electrician. I think you do that job real good. And I don't know about a roofer, but that roofing, that's tough.
Hey, what's the next?
But,
hey, MX, I got a question for you. What's another name for an ex-convict? Stop. No, that's that's not what I meant.
I know he can't be a roofer, but I want to give some.
That's
good
a joke. It's
sports.
just an industry joke. He's talking. Did you hear how many ridicule-laden comments he made? You can't be a carpenter because you're sober, right? What the hell does that mean?
He don't drink enough. I didn't say sober.
You ain't been to county, so you can't be an iron worker. I mean, come on,
or a Boilermaker.
Or a Boilermaker.
You know what? When I went into the Boilermakers, how many times you been down the county? I was already arrested 3 times before I became a Boilermaker. Boilermaker apprentice. And sorry.
Do that a little louder.
Right. I want to give. That's a coal plant, but I want to give Joe some encouragement. You just need that one break, and for your show, I think it's and I'll listen constantly. How I took out Kuziak. Well, I'll tell you what. We flushed the toilet on him. We picked on him, and man, I don't know what you did to that guy. But a lot of us, we teased them and everything, and I would love to listen to that podcast. But
all right, you're done. Thank you.
Bye.
I'm just kidding about any of those generalizations about any of the trades, but they're funny. If you're in the trades, you know that. All right, one last phone call. Then we got Maria and Hugo. 219-845-1100. What's going on? Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, just I guess I wanted to tell Joe, keep the grind going, if anything, too. You'll get there. Like I said, it just takes one moment or one break, and you just realize how grateful you could be for that, for the amount of experience and skills that you build up for yourself. Especially at WJOB, it's gonna be a great start. It's a great milestone for you right there. A great start for everything that happens. But I also wanted to bring up the AI stuff that was going on too. By the way. It is funny for, I guess, maybe because my job isn't in that position so far, but the fear of losing jobs with AI, I would be more concerned of the fear of how jobs should evolve with AI, if anything like that, because I don't necessarily think jobs are all going to be lost necessarily, but they're going to be evolved, if anything, more than just they may, obviously they will be lost at first, but they're going to need somebody to do other things, other jobs under unpredictable things that we don't even know at the moment, such as, like today, we have computer scientists. We didn't have computer scientists back then. We had engineers, we had electricians, engineers. We had scientists working on stuff. Now we have computer scientists that are people that sit down on computers and work on them and code and stuff. And, and imagine the amount of computer scientists that we have now today compared to like the 60s or 50s when computers weren't even around. So I think, I guess if anything, that might be a little hope of AI evolving. I mean, I'm in the music industry, and I'm not really too scared of AI being taken over my audio job, if anything like that. But if anything, if anything, I'm excited for is what the possibilities of AI could do compared to what we were able to do 10 years ago. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now we can restore audio. We can restore Beatles music that came from cassette tapes. You know, we can create images, create PDFs within a day that would take weeks, or we could create posters and flyers and stuff. You know, it's great. It's awesome. It's fast, but I think it's also you have to also acknowledge the original art that's come out of this stuff too. So if it's not acknowledged, then you know you have AI companies, literally taking over the revenue of artists and original work. And
well, you know, stop it right there, because obviously you're well aware you can go into certain, maybe not ChatGPT or Google Gemini or Microsoft, but there are specific, most of them are based on 11 labs, and you can go in there and you can say, hey, make me a rock song about losing your girlfriend and can't find another one. And they'll make you a whole song, and you're like, I can't believe that is just made by a computer. How far does that go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what happens with that.
I think it depends on the standards of how people view things or what people see in a way. The only reason AI is playing a certain type of music that we believe is rock or a certain style of it is because it's what we know nowadays, you know? It's what we know, it's what we hear. How is AI going to evolve itself or become new in some way based on original idea? So, you know, not many people are going to know much about Latin music or about, you know, African music unless it's been introduced or been part of the source code or mainstream of things. So I think there's always a power. I think originality also does have a strong power hold of things because, I mean, AI and computers, they need a reference, if anything, for what we have.
Well, I mean, it goes back to what I was talking about, Lynette. I said, Lynette, here's the deal. You know, I'm into overlapping systems. That's my whole project management way of looking at things is you have to create a system, and then you have to adhere to that system, and then you plug the different parts into it. The system isn't all AI. The system has as one component an AI production or an AI editing. It is not the system itself. The system has to be managed and put together by a person. That's what...
Yeah, there has to be an operator for sure.
Yeah, there has to be somebody that does that. Hey, I got to move on. Thanks a lot. Hey, we'll be right back with Hugo and Maria on the voice and face of the Calumet region.
Parents face overwhelming challenges, but with the right support, they can build bright futures for themselves and their children.
Mental Health America's ETAP program provides education, mentorship, and resources to help young parents graduate.
Right now, your donation goes twice as far. Thanks to a generous match, every dollar given up to $30,000 is doubled, but only until March 31st.
Scan the QR code, visit MHANWI.org, or mail your check to ETAP Match today.
Before Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, we were being charged various maintenance fees and various check writing fees for all of our accounts. And with Notre Dame, we don't have that. We have that true community partnership. We get interest based on all of our parish and school accounts, and the interest rate is really second to none.
Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance agency, now in its third generation providing clients in the Chicago area with products from quality insurance companies to handle your every need. Regardless of driving history, Ogren Insurance can find the right coverage for you at competitive prices. To learn more about the insurance solutions and services we offer throughout Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, call 219-933-0076 or visit our website, ogreninsurance.com. We're located at 6929 Homan Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Do business locally with someone you know and trust.
IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors bring the highest standard of electrical work to Lake County homes, schools, and businesses. From everyday fixes to once-in-a-lifetime builds, we don't just get the job done, we get it done right and up to the highest safety standards. When you need electrical work, hire the professionals who power Indiana. Powering Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community.
Show. I'm here with my new friends Maria and Hugo. And I'm going to go over the weather real quick.
Go ahead.
I've literally been on mute this entire. Welcome back, everybody, to the Jim Dedelow Show. You are listening to WJOB 1230. I'm here with my new friends Hugo and Maria, and I'm going to do the weather real quick for you guys. So today is the 29th. It's going to be partially sunny as the day goes on, but it'll still be cold throughout the whole day. A high of 17 and a real feel of 15. On Friday, we're going to get some snow in the morning, about an inch. And
Tracy Butler says 6 inches.
And then a winter storm later in the day, which I'm sure will add the following inches. It's going to be from
I don't know. We got 1 to 3 on AccuWeather, and Tracy Butler says 6. The guy keeps texting me. Tracy Butler says 6. You're saying 1 inch. So between 1 and 6 is my guess.
1 inch in the morning, and then we're having a winter storm watch that starts at 3 p.m. on Friday, going all the way through Saturday on 6 p.m. So I'm sure that will add all of the extra inches that Tracy was talking about. But on Friday, it's going to be a high of 18 and a real feel of 5. Saturday, like I said, you're going to have basically the entire day is going to be a winter storm watch. It's going to be a real feel of 9 and a high of 21. And then Sunday, it'll do a total 180, and we'll have a high of 26 and a real feel of 19. It will be partially sunny and chilly, and that is your weather for the rest of the week.
294 around the city looks good up to O'Hare. 80 going east and west looks good. To Bishop Ford and Dan Ryan has gotten a lot better recently, but 45th on in, it's pretty bad on the Dan Ryan once you get there. Skyway looks good. Toll Road looks good. Earlier accident has still parts of I-65 northbound closed. If you want to go east from I-65 northbound, you got to get off at Ridge and go down to Ripley. You can go west coming northbound on I-65. We're going to record a little bit of a segment here, Joe, that you are going to cut up and you are going to put in the rotation to promote some of this stuff. So some of these dates may have already passed by the time you... Hey, everybody. My name's Jim Dedelow, and I'm the host here of the Jim Dedelow Show, and I've got two very important guests. Your name, please?
Maria.
Maria what?
Arteaga.
Can you turn her up a little bit? How do you spell that?
Arteaga.
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 Jen, your wife is not going to be very happy with you right now. If you do not.
Aren't you half Hispanic?
Yeah. don't
say the name.
What was it?
Arteaga.
Arteaga.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again.
Arteaga.
All right, Arteaga.
Close enough.
It's close enough. Maria Arteaga.
Uh-huh.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
So what was your name before?
Montejano.
Montejano?
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
That was really good.
Oh,
he had a little bit of accent to it, too.
That was really
Yo
good.
puedo hablar español si tenemos que. Solamente cuando yo fui un joven, yo me gusta las chicas mexicanas. Entonces yo tengo que hablar español.
Claro que sí.
See? Do you know what I said?
Yes, I know what you said.
I can't say it out loud in English. These people will.
You just
They
said
won't
that
like
you
me.
grew up liking Latinas. There's nothing wrong with that.
I lived
A
in
cultured man.
I went to college for my first 2 years in East LA, and I had already known how to speak some Spanish, and what an advantage that was
Sure
when
is.
I was going to the local establishments, and they just couldn't believe, güero, puede hablar español.
Did you ever catch anybody talking about you, though?
Oh,
And understand it?
can I? Yes. You guys won't get that. I mean, you guys look Hispanic, right? But I look like a dumb white guy who was been to county a couple of times, right? And
Boilermaker.
I'll tell you exactly how this went. I started dating my wife, Alexis, Mexican woman from Gary and EC, full Mexican. She didn't speak English till she was 6. And we go to a barbecue at their house. And the mom starts talking about me to the daughter, to Alexis, and to the other daughters. And they go, el güero tiene, you're going to love this, el güero tiene la cara de cabrón. No, I know what it was. El flaco polaco tiene el cara de cabrón. And my wife just like, now she's my wife, she was my girlfriend then, and all of her sisters just kind of sat up straight like, I can't believe she said that. And we're going on, and the mom is talking and says it again, and then we're getting ready to leave, and I go to thank her, and I go, hey, thank you very much for the food. Yo me gusta cuando podemos comer cuando el food is caliente, y yo me gusta enchiladas, and muchas gracias. And then she just froze because she realized she'd been calling me the face of a. Can I say cabron on the air? I think that's a bad word, right?
It is.
I'll give you the pass.
Thank you. But anyways, so you got to watch what people know. What? Gotta restart this
All right,
segment.
I would have said it out loud if
Why?
I said it right. Because you gotta get the intro. We can keep this in, but we have to get the intro for the actual.
I'll do
segment.
that after. We'll figure out. You know what? I
gotta get you back on track.
I got a deep AI of my voice now. They wanted 2 hours of me talking, and we paid like $150. It sounds like me talking.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're not going to know when I'm real or not. So we'll use the deep AI on that. Is that okay, Joe?
Yeah, that's scary.
That's scary, isn't
It is a little
Wait,
scary.
maybe they could even do the deep AI and me and talking Spanish.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
there you go.
great?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Hugo Francisco.
Can you pull that mic up to your face a little bit?
Hugo Francisco.
How long you been a chef?
Oh, my God. I've been since 94. Almost 33 years.
What does Joe Trauma mean to you?
Oh, he's like my dad. He's my hero. He's my mentor, very much. I actually started in 91 in the Performing Arts Center, washing dishes. Not a word of English, really, none, zero. So when I got there, he started speaking Spanish to me a little bit, And I went, oh, thank God. Because I was tired of, all the pointing things. And that's how I started. And I think I still remember my first day at work there. He was like, okay, we got a luncheon, but can you start making 1,500 bacon wraps? There you go. And okay, I start going and washing back and forth. And that was my first thing to do that day, I remember. And from there, I think he's seen something on me that I was interested to learn, eager to learn and get better. And he actually pointed me, and I remember those days where the sous chef left in 94. At January, February, March. so there was Easter almost right there. And the owners, they're not had faith on me at all. They were like, no. He kept saying, I want him. No. We're going to bring some other chefs. They tried to get 3 people to show up. One was living too far, all the way in Aurora. Another one, he couldn't handle it. And another one, then I wanted the job. And Easter was there like 2 weeks before. And he goes, I want him. And they kept saying, he don't have the experience. He goes, I take full responsibility. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Joe Trauma said that?
Yes. And I tell
new
you,
respect for Trauma.
Oh, trust me. And on Easter Sunday, back then, we used to do about 1,400 people. And I know he had to be out there carving, so I had to run the kitchen, and I showed them that I could handle that. So, little quick thing, through that time till June, they were paying me hourly, but I was putting like 80 hours a week. So 40 hours overtime, 40, 45. That's how I bought my first car.
Overtime. Cash, baby. That's the best
Oh,
way.
my God. And I still remember that. And then in 94, like I said, that year, I became the sous chef because they were getting hurt in their pockets. So will you sit down and we'll talk? And then I kept learning. I learned something every day, but he's an amazing person, to be honest with you. People who do not know him, I know him more than anybody at this point. I mean, I was with him for 33 years. 33 years. Side to side, carving ice. I remember I was a mopping boy. And one time he said he was trying to carve an ice sculpture. He goes, here, get the feel of it. He gave me a chisel and started, I like that. He goes, here in a square, make a circle. So I'm wondering how. And then he gave me instructions, just go cross, and get going. And I like that. And since then, I remember in 96, I think, 96, 97, he goes, we're going to go and compete to Chesterton, the country club over there.
Sand Creek.
And he said, we're going to go and compete over there.
As this ice sculptures?
Yeah. And he goes, and I go, yeah, I'll be there to help you. No, you're going to compete. Not me. You are competing. I'll be helping you. So I brought the bronze with me that day. So that was an amazing experience. And, I mean, he pushed me. I mean, he kept pushing me. Just like my wife. The stuff like that I don't certain menus. I go, but I never done this. Well, get on it. It's what she does. I go like, okay.
So here's your introduction. Hey, everybody. This is Maria and Hugo Arteaga with the 1040. 1040 is the banquets and catering outfit, but they are located in the South Shore Arts Center on Ridge Road in Munster. And if you want to get a wedding or anything, they take care of all of that. I got a text this morning from Chuck Pullen. He's tell them they need a podcast. Hugo has a great personality and would be fantastic at it. He doesn't say anything about you, Maria.
Oh, wow. I think 'cause I'm a little bit more reserved than this guy over here. He's something else.
You know, I very much kind of enjoyed always going over and seeing Joe, my friend. And I never really knew you kind of coming up. And then when Joe's like, hey, dude, I'm done. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Hugo's taking over. I go, who's Hugo? And Maria. Hugo, I guess, is the chef, and Maria will run the front of the house. And you guys were, I think, a little bit, not scared, but a little worried about how it was gonna go and so forth. And it's been nothing but stellar reviews, and what you guys have been able to accomplish there. How do you feel about it, Maria?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I was in a totally different field. I used to do insurance for 20 plus years. So when Joe was like, hey, I'm going to be retiring, and how do you feel about, coming on and, learning the business? And I'm like, I'm just a go-getter. And that's how he is, right? So we're like overachievers. We're always trying to do the best. And so I think that really helps. And, just being a partner with your husband, and really, some people can't do that, right? You can't work with your husband, but luckily I can. We see
Why?
eye to
Because
eye.
he does what you tell him, evidently.
Yes, happy wife, happy life. That too. But no, I think it's just knowing the reputation, even me coming in, right, and learning the business and being with Joe for 2+ years, learning his side of it, right? You see what the expectation is of people that come in, and you want to keep going. Like, the last thing you want is be like, oh, this place went downhill after Joe. You know what I mean? So we had high expectations to me, and we want to.
You had to watch for that. I mean,
yes.
the South Shore Arts Center has kind of a reputation. They've redone a lot of the infrastructure and made it look nicer.
Yes.
Kind of like, wow, great food, but they need to do a little work. Well, they've done the work and put a lot of money into it. Mm-hmm. And you guys were under the gun to say, hey, you got to come with what Trauma was able to bring. Hot, good food.
Yeah.
And serving 300 plates. Here they go. Boom. Mm-hmm. And you're out there, and you've been able to hit that. But you have a couple of big ones coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening later, some of these dates aren't going to. The Sunday brunches in the winter and into the spring are some of the biggest things there, right?
Yes.
The first one is actually this weekend, correct?
Yes, we have our first one February 1st. So we still have spots open. So anyone want to come in and have a nice, brunch. You get complimentary mimosas with it. So it's always a good time. And there's a show right after that they can pop on over to the theater and see.
So to get your thing, it's 219-836-1930, extension 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you're hearing this later, we'll play it for a few weeks or whatever. But the Sunday brunch dates are this, because it's not every week, just so you know. It's February 1st, February 22nd, March 15th, April 5th, which is Easter. It's kind of hard to get in on that one. Same thing with the next two after that. May 10th is Mother's Day, and June 21st is Father's Day. If you haven't tried the brunch, I would say, a February date or March ones are probably a little bit easier to get in, right? Am I right on that?
Absolutely. Yeah, our Easter and Mother's Day is already halfway filled. So anyone that's looking to get in, this is your cue to get in for that. But yeah, absolutely. February. And then the 22nd is a special day. It's this guy's birthday, too. So
really?
I got to work on my birthday last year, so he gets to work on his.
It's not just working. You're there at 1 a.m. getting things
Absolutely,
ready together.
Yeah. And then our March date, we'll be doing, it's right around the corner from St. Patrick's Day, so we'll be doing corned beef.
Corned beef and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is a Mexican guy making corned beef?
Yes.
You know what?
How does that go?
I love it.
I was has trained by a good person. So many compliments. I mean, people will say, this is the best corned beef I've ever had. I mean, literally, people will say that. This is the best corned beef I've ever had.
You guys are so good because I'm gluten-free. I go in and they bring me all this special gluten-free stuff, and I love that. Joe did the same thing. You learned it from Joe.
When you walk in, I'm like, hey, hon, Jim's here. You better have something for him.
And you always do.
Yes.
But you know what I've never had from you guys? I've never had your Mexican food.
Okay. Yeah, I try to put some out there sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Mexican dish that you can do? You probably do them all.
Well, I can say I do some type of guisados, like beef with chile verde on it. I love that stuff. Chile rellenos. We do some of
he
it.
Makes amazing chili rellenos.
Oh, that's my favorite.
And,
the cheese ones.
The cheese, exactly. Yeah. It's how my mom used to do it.
Yeah,
but
everybody puts meat in them. I'm like, I don't know.
It changes the whole thing.
It changes the whole thing.
It's gotta be cheese.
Just like the sad part. One time, years ago, I learned. I told Chef Yo, hey, what are we running enchiladas? But authentic enchiladas. He was like, yeah, let's do it. I started going. I prepared about 350 for that brunch, I remember. the way my mom used to do. A little queso fresco en the middle and a little onion and roll it up. And
that's
there you
the
go.
way it should be.
Well, that's the way. Well, believe it or not, out of all those enchiladas, there was only maybe about 30 I went. 30 enchiladas. I was like, people did not go for it. And so I had to Americanize it a little bit. So I had to go more like flour tortilla, stuffing with pork and cheese.
Oh, that's awful. Sorry.
Yeah. And
but believe it or not, that is one of even our staff's favorite dishes.
with a kind of like a
authentic
mole
version or
sauce.
the Americanized
Yes.
version.
Yeah.
The authentic
American-
version.
no,
Flour
the
tortillas stuffed with pork is just not, I mean, it's not
Right?
gluten free.
Yeah.
I like
No.
the corn tortilla.
Well, you
with,
would think, right?
Yeah.
But they love it. People eat it. Even my mom, okay? My mom's from Mexico, like straight up from Mexico, and she loves his enchiladas.
Do you think if your mom meets me, she's going to call me La Cara de Cabron?
No,
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I'm kidding. I can say it in Spanish. I can't say it in
You're not trying to
English.
marry her daughter, so she
All
wouldn't
right,
say it.
So the other one I wanted to talk about is the Valentine's Day extravaganzas. Tell us about this.
So,
Do you need? You don't need this.
No, I don't need it.
Yeah.
So it actually falls right on Valentine's Day. There is a show in the theater, so we always try to pair up some type of meal. Whether you go to the show or not, you can come enjoy a nice meal with us. It's, you have the choice of New York strip steak or a stuffed chicken breast, which is a really nice meal.
Stuffed spinach
Stuffed
mousse.
spinach mousse, chicken breast.
Chicken
yes,
breast.
Yes.
What is spinach mousse?
The spinach mousse is made out of, I made a mousse out of chicken. The chicken tenders, the raw chicken tenders, I make a mousse out of it. I usually put heavy cream and all. Then I mix the spinach and season it up, and then I start stuffing it. But it's chicken, wet chicken, you can say. And that's what the chicken mousse is.
But he slices it really nice and pretty. It's a beautiful
And serve it
plate.
with a nice
It sounds
sun-dried tomato
It
sauce.
sounds. It has tomato sauce in it, or
Sun-dried tomato sauce.
Oh, okay, sorry, that's a different.
Yes.
All right, then. All right, so you're going for Valentine's. I think it's like starts at 5 or doors open at 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $50 a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a great deal. You get steak or chicken, you get your sides, your vegetable, you get a beautiful dessert,
Soup.
and you get a glass of champagne with it.
Can I ask what fluted Duchess potatoes are? What are those?
Those are like the mashed potatoes, Dutchess,
His special
the ones
mashed
that I
potatoes.
serve for Sunday brunch, like that.
But they're fluted, so it's almost like
I
when
usually
you're
pipe
doing
in the
when
plate.
you pipe it onto the plate, make it look really pretty.
Okay, so if you want a reservation, once again, 219-836-1930. I think we double booked on the next one, right?
Well, Calumet Painting and
Okay, so I double book all the time. So how's that feel? The Taylor Swift experience.
Yes, that was
I
gonna
did
be a
not
fun
see
one.
this one. Now, is this for all ages or what? Or
It
is this?
It's all ages.
All right, tell us about this.
So this one here, there's going to be the Red Revolution show in the theater, but we have a fun experience where kids and teenagers, adults can come in. There's going to be a kid-friendly, teenager-friendly, adult-friendly menu, but then there'll be little stations for the kids, the era stations. So there'll be like paint your nails, or we have like cute gems that the teenagers can put on their face. Getting ready for going to see the show. We'll have a station where they can make friendship bracelets because Taylor Swift has she's known for the friendship bracelets. So there'll be fun experiences. We'll have a magazine box where they can pop in there and take pictures before, and so it's going to be really fun. Coloring station, and it's a really good deal. And the food is you get sliders, you get
I'm
tenders
going
and
to tell her
fries.
this. It's called the Marry Me Chicken Tenders,
Yes.
all right? The Shake It Off sliders.
Right.
Fearless French fries and red pasta. $25 a person, includes dinner and stations, and that is on Saturday from 5 to 7 for the Taylor
February 21st.
Swift experience. And then the Red Revolution is after that. What is that? Do you know?
So that's the show. That's the Taylor Swift tribute that'll be going on in the theater at 7:30.
Wait a second. So they could bring, teenager
Their
or
kids.
little kid.
Yeah.
And then they could eat dinner and then go to a Taylor Swift
Yep.
show.
They just have to call the box office. All that info's on there. They can purchase their tickets through the box office for the show, but you get some fun before the show, and then you continue on and go into the show and sing your little butt off like a Swiftie.
Like a Swiftie,
Yeah.
man. And if you're a Swiftie, you're into it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking to Maria and Hugo Arteaga, and they run 1040, which is the catering and banquet arm of the South Shore Arts Center. One last thing. You want to get married?
The Center for Vision Performing Arts.
I knew you were going to do that. Christine's like, dude, he's messing it up again. The Center for Visual and Performing Arts, right across the street from the police station there in Munster. And if somebody wants to get married, who do they talk to?
They can call our office, same number, 219-836-1930, extension 2. We have Lily. We have Christine. She's the manager for the event planner. She's amazing, too. All our staff is amazing. So they can give us a call. They'll take care of them. They can do tours. They can give them info all about, pricing and dates and all that good stuff.
So what's the most popular menu for the weddings right now?
Oh, gosh. I think...
There's so many different ones,
There's so
but they've
many
been going
different ones.
a lot for family style.
Pretty
A lot of
popular.
family style. I was wondering if that was going to be the
because you know
case.
what? You can please everybody and anybody at your wedding, right? So if you want pasta, you got
Yeah,
beef, you got
you
all.
go sometimes and they plate it for you, and you're like, God, I want more of that and less of that. And then you're taking it off your wife's plate, and next thing you know, she calls you a la cara de carbone. What do you think?
Yeah,
Sorry.
And this way you get a little bit
I
of
just
everything
probably
you
got
want.
like 4 FCC violations by saying that because people understand. Hey, Maria and Hugo, 2 good people. Go see them. We'll play this later. Some of the February 1st and February 22nd stuff may pass. But there's plenty of stuff going on at the Center for Visual and Performing Arts. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
No.
All right.
Everything all good.
Hey, we'll see you when you come to back. We'll see you, Hugo, when you come back to do your podcast. Evidently, Chuck Pullen is not inviting you, Maria, and I don't know why.
Wow, Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys.
Well, thank you, guys.
That's because he feeds them. That's why.
I got people from St. George next on the Voice and Face of the Region.
Introducing Powers Health, a health system with a new name and a strong legacy of caring for families in our community. One with a tradition of advanced specialized services and a vision for the future. One with a commitment to medical excellence and compassionate care. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
Do you want to get a vaccine, but it's difficult to get to your healthcare provider? Call the folks at Right Care Pharmacy. They'll come to your home, discuss your vaccination status with you, and administer the appropriate vaccine with expertise. They offer vaccines for flu, shingles, pneumonia, hepatitis A and B, TDAP, RSV, and COVID. They've been serving the Lake and Porter County community for over 11 years and are fluent in Spanish. Call Right Care Pharmacy at 219-655-5028.
For over 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
High school basketball postseason is here, with the girls starting February 3rd and boys March 3rd. Be on every game for as low as $1,500. Sponsor local. Reach millions. Visit heartlandsportsnet.com today for more information.
everybody. Welcome back to the Jim Dedelow Show. And you are watching WJOB 1230, 104.7 FM. I am your producer, Joe. You all know me. I'm here with two new friends, Patricia and Nancy. They're in the background. You're going to hear from them later with Jim as soon as he gets back. But I'm going to hit you guys with the weather real quick. So today, the 29th, is going to be sunny but cold with a high of 17 and a real feel of 15. So it's about the best day you're going to have for the rest of the week. Friday, you're going to start to get your snow for the weekend. We're going to have 1 inch in the morning from around 8 to 10, and then we're going to get hit with a storm watch that starts on 3 p.m. on Friday and goes all the way into 6 p.m. on Saturday. So with that being said, on Friday is going to be a high of 18 and a real feel of 5. And then Saturday, with the whole day basically being a winter storm, you're going to have a high of 21 and a real feel of 9. And then to close out the weekend, it will be a high of 26 and a real feel of 19, but the snow will stop. It'll just be partially sunny and obviously a bit chilly. So as we wait for Jed to get back, you guys can listen to some Never Mind. He's here.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for waiting. Well, I kind of catch up here. You're listening to AM 1230, WJOB, and 104.
I already did it.
All right. Thanks a lot to Ricardo. Brought me another coffee.
Oh, there you go.
So when someone hands you a free coffee, you have to talk to them for a little bit. And so I wound up talking to him. Sorry about that. We're going to start a little segment that we are recording that Joe will makes it a little easier for Joe to cut it up later. So let's do a little bit of silence for 5 seconds so he sees where that's at. Hey, everybody. I'm Jim Dedelow. Got some really cool guests. Your name?
Patricia. Macaronis.
How you been?
Good. How are you?
He's going to turn you up just a little bit because you're a little bit low. You got an RFCU thing on.
That's right.
You still working there?
I'm still there. 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
What did you do before that?
I've been in banking for 34 years, so I've just been in the financial industry.
And you admit to that?
Yes.
Are we okay?
I love it.
Am I doing right? Did I introduce that fine? It just makes it easier for him later. He's like he's telling me what to do. How does that feel? He's 22 years old. He's telling me what to do.
That's awesome.
Hey, and,
great job, Joe.
And your name?
Nancy Vrejas.
And Nancy, do you work for RFCU?
I do not. No, I'm here representing St. George Greek Orthodox Church today.
Where is this thing?
Cherville, Indiana.
On what street?
On 77th.
And you guys both been lifelong members there, or did you start out in Hammond and you went down to Cherville like a lot of other people?
Well, originally from St. George when it was in the harbor.
Oh, in the harbor.
It was originally in the harbor.
Oh, you guys skipped over Holman Avenue.
Actually, we made a pit stop in Holman Avenue for several years, and decided to go back to our roots at St. George.
And it's pretty large parish, right?
That church is right by my house, actually. I love your guys' Greek Fest.
Nice.
I always go.
Well, thanks for coming. Yes, we enjoy feeding everyone. So
it's a lot of fun. And then I just remember the last time I went, everyone was like in a big circle and they were dancing, and you're kind of just like running, you're like going around the circle, and they just let you hop in, like they don't even care. Nobody cares.
Absolutely.
You let the Italian Mexican guy in?
Everybody's welcome. Everybody dances.
Everybody comes in. Well,
and the food
we are
good.
in the region, very multi-diverse. So everybody's welcome.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, what's going on at St. George right now? What are you guys promoting?
So today we're promoting the Winter Wonderland Dinner Dance and Raffle, Saturday, February 7th. Doors open 5:30. Dinner available 6 to 8. Band starts at 7. We're having Together. They're a very popular band in the area. The Together Band. Very fun.
It's called Winter Wonderland.
Correct.
And if you guys are, so you'll have to play this just up until February 7th, right?
Correct. That's correct. Yes.
So that's what, Saturday?
Correct.
Saturday, February 7th. Why are you guys doing this?
We've been doing it for 10 years. We did skip 1 year, but the raffle's been going on for 10 years. Basically, it's a big fundraiser for our church that supports many groups. We have an outreach committee, and we provide perishable food to the Hanover Township Operation Charlie Bravo, and many other organizations that we support throughout the year.
What are you guys reading from?
We have notes.
I haven't had enough coffee this morning. I didn't have anybody bring me a coffee like you did, Chad, so we have to have notes.
Cool. Ricardo's the next podcast. And, thanks, buddy.
We have people who sent us that say, you better say all the right things and get the notes right. So, we got to go back to these people.
Did you tell these people that we're going to do whatever? We're going to talk about the harbor. Is that where you grew up, both of you?
Well, East Chicago side, so I'm not from the harbor, but East Chicago.
Oh, excuse me.
I have to say that because I've been corrected many times.
Technically, the grandparents started in the harbor when they came from Greece, and then they eventually moved down further south on Indianapolis Boulevard.
So you guys have the same grandparents?
Yes.
What's your relationship?
We're all related.
Yeah.
What's your
Greeks were all related. Yeah. So our moms are sisters.
Yeah.
So we're first cousins.
So you're first cousins. All right.
Correct.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
She got the short side of the family. I got the taller side of the family.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Do you ever watch the movie Sideways? The movie Sideways. It's they're tasting wine, and it's about the movie. And he looks over at his buddy, and they're tasting wine, and he goes, "Are you chewing gum? Are you chewing gum on radio?"
I'm sorry.
Hey,
it calms me down.
Hey, that's such a Greek thing to do.
Well, thanks for busting me out, Ted. Appreciate that.
So wait, you got all these people.
We're a little bit
hey, wait, all these people in your parish are like, all right, you got to go in there, you got to say this, and you got to be all professional.
We try.
And then here we are, right?
Yeah.
They're all going to be so angry at you.
I know. We have over 300 families at our parish, so it's a pretty big
You have
parish.
300. I mean,
over
do you know how
300
many
families.
How many? Like every parish in the region would love to have 300 families.
Absolutely.
I think there's probably maybe 5 churches that have more than 300 families, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ukrainian one that's here, I think they're down, I don't know, double digits in the families. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
How are you guys able to keep it so robust?
We have a lot of great programs. We have a lot of young kids right now, so we have a great future ahead of us with more growth, memberships increasing. So a lot of good programs that our church offers, especially for the youth.
So Winter Wonderland is February 7th, a Saturday, and it starts at what time?
Starts at, doors open at 5:30, dinner 6 to 8, and the band starts at 7.
And so Together starts at 7.
Correct. Yep.
And they go to like 9:30 or 10, something like that.
About 9:30, 10.
Thank you
They'll do
for
the
not
raffle.
having it so late.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go somewhere and the band starts at 8, which means 8:30, and then I'm already at home by then.
Yeah, we try to, accommodate all the generations. So
you have
that,
different generations there, do you?
There's those of us that need to be in bed by 10, so it helps.
It's
yeah,
kind of
we try.
late, don't you think? Wait,
We make an exception.
Yeah.
Are you going to be out of town? You're not going to be able to go over to Winter Wonderland, are you?
No, sadly, I will be out of town.
You know what?
But I am one of those people that are in bed by 10.
Really?
You know,
he has
You're
me.
a lot younger.
He has me up at like 4:30 for work.
So he's also actively, looking for a job, if you guys know anything. He just graduated, and I only give him part-time. And 2, he's in the online dating market. You think maybe
Online?
You think there's any young 22, young Greek women that are senior in college
or
or
something?
something?
Out. We could put the word out.
You know what I mean? Can we do something like that?
Yeah, Joe, just come talk to us.
I will. I'm close. I'm down. I'm literally down the road. I'm in Lake Hills. So
Next, the Greek Fest. We'll parade you around and see if we can introduce you to a few
Yeah.
young
There we go.
ladies.
He's got one major affliction. He's really into sports.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
that's a problem.
That's all right.
I thought you were going to say it was the Italian thing.
Yeah.
I'm
No, you got to go to
politics.
You got to go to Villa Cesare if you want
That's
the
right.
Italian
They have their own
side.
Italian fest.
Yes,
they do.
yes.
That's where you got to start. You got to keep it in the family.
All right. So if I'm not doing anything and I come out there and I bring the wife, what am I going to see? Is
You're
it?
going to see us. We will
You're gonna
definitely
see
be
us?
there.
All right, cousins, not sisters, right?
Cousins.
All right.
Yeah.
And then what kind of food?
We're going to have a delicious Greek chicken dinner. And we're also going to have...
half a chicken or a quarter chicken?
No, I think it's half a chicken.
Half a chicken.
So you get a
And
half a
what
chicken.
kind of spices are you going to have on that?
The traditional Greek spices. Tell them, Nancy.
Lemon, pepper, all the good stuff. That's the
oregano.
So
oregano.
is it going to be the kind of spices that everybody eats it, so nobody's going to know how bad their breath smells?
Right.
That's how it is?
I don't think we put any garlic.
yeah.
So we try to
Oh,
stay
you
away
stay
from
away
the
from the garlic?
A little
I
bit.
think
There
so.
might be some in the vegetables, actually, now that I think of it. But they're going to be the cooks from the church. This is going to be authentic Greek food made by all our volunteers. So we have a lot of help.
My dad married Kelly Opie Sodas, and they're the competing Greek church, right? As a matter of fact, I think he's doing their food bank today over there, the one over in Maryville. But every holiday, she gives me this like cold mashed potatoes is really what it is. What do you call that?
That's
Scordalia.
Yes, yeah. I can't say it. I'm gonna. I already had to say. Yeah. I already hammered.
You already got.
I already hammered some Mexican words in the last.
You already went
segment.
through his trials last time.
But score. I just call it score.
You could say Scordalia.
Yeah, Scordalia.
The American
Okay.
English.
And she brings it over, and I love this stuff. You can put it on. It's just basically potatoes and a bunch of spices. And then I'll eat some of it, and then I'll go to bed. And the wife hasn't had any of it.
Oh, no.
So you're killing her.
Yeah.
You're
Killing her. She's like, get the hell out of here. It's coming out of your ears.
Where score, though, is garlic. That's the Greek.
That's
root.
the word?
That's the word.
Yes.
Garlic.
I mean, I'm literally,
garlic. Yeah.
I love garlic.
Yeah.
But the other person has to eat it
You
with
have
you.
to all be on the same page there. Yeah,
It's
you
like
can't-
eating a gyro. You have to, whoever's there, you got to eat a gyro, so you all smell.
Who has the best gyro in the region?
Well, I mean,
Besides your church.
Munster Gyros.
Yeah, Munster
Columbia Gyros is a good place. They're all good. They're all good. But in the area.
Yes, Munster Gyro was always
You know
the
what
number
is
one.
quietly one of the best Greek dishes in the region? And I know that guy. I don't even know if he's Greek. The guy that bought Munster Gyros. He's been in. Yeah, he's not. He's a businessman, but he has the same Greek dudes working there.
Right.
And the one guy that's been there forever at Munster Gyros makes the best whole chicken in the region. And they put it on that spit and the spices on it. I don't want people to get too excited about it because then they're going to raise the price. But it's like it's like $14 and it comes with a bunch of fries and you get a whole chicken and I'm like, man, that's a little bit.
Try it. I usually go for the gyro, but I haven't done the chicken.
Oh, you got to wait a little bit sometimes.
It's okay.
But hey, what else?
It's worth waiting for. Sounds like
totally.
So, all right, is that all we're doing? Is we're promoting? What's the
we got to
raffle?
talk about the raffle.
Okay.
That's the big one. So we are also having a $25,000 raffle. Only 500 tickets are being sold. The cost is $100 for the raffle ticket, and the first prize is $20,000. And then prizes 2 through 6 is $1,000 each. So you have a really
$20,000.
Is first prize.
So this will be drawn at the Winter Wonderland at what time?
Typically, I think around 9:30 around there. And
do you have to be present?
No, you do not need to be present. And we also do it Facebook Live, so everyone can.
Okay, so can you get that Facebook Live from them, and we'll play it the next day or Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, we do it live on our church webpage or Facebook page. Rather,
so we'll just take a clip, 30 seconds or whatever. Who won? Typically, is the person there or they're at home?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's been
there
both.
who've won and then they're at home. Either
So
way,
do you bring it? There's all sorts of losers listening. Going, I wonder if they bring $20,000 in cash to the show. You don't do that, do you?
No,
All right,
we
good,
don't
all right.
roll like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get rolled.
No, we don't
I mean,
want-
you are
yeah.
from the East Chicago side of East Chicago.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
we-
anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
we don't come with a briefcase.
Wait a
full of
second.
20
although
grand
that
in
would
there.
be a good.
Yeah.
That would be old EC,
That
right?
would be. Here you go.
That would be for the politicians. You get 5, you get 5, you get 5.
We're not
All
saying
right,
that.
Jed,
We're
yeah.
not going there. We're not going there.
So were you in EC too?
I was not. No, I was in Hammond.
And in what part of Hammond?
North side of Hammond. I went to at the time what's known as now O'Bannon Elementary School. I believe it's now.
Oh, wait, O'Bannon's on the south side over here.
Yeah, that we moved around a couple times.
Yeah,
but yeah,
okay.
At one point we were there.
So you were like in North Hammond by St. Casimir
Yeah,
or something,
over there, yep.
and then over here by
Yep.
O'Bannon,
Yep.
and then what? You guys just moved out to the suburbs, so you didn't like it in Hammond? Is that what happened? In East Chicago?
I mean,
What's up?
I could just speak for my family. We moved south to Cherville in '77 with the grandparents and a couple of our mom's brothers. We just
I mean, as a
decided to move.
family in one house?
No, not in one house, but we did live in the same subdivision. It ended up being so we just all kind of went south toward Cherville in '77.
And the church bought property in Cherville
Yes.
in the late '70s.
It's a nice piece,
So
man.
everybody
nice piece
just
of
kind of
land.
follows the church.
Yes. So
that's our Winter Wonderland. It's going to be February 7th. Joe Cimino will not be there, but he is very available for you guys to set him up with
Yeah.
young Greek women.
Yes.
And
We will work on that.
all right, anything else we need to hit on this?
Just real quick, if anyone's interested for tickets, whether it be raffle or dinner tickets, you can call Georgianne Glavis at 219-789-5451, or you can visit the church website at
stgeorgenwi.org.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's stgeorgenwi.org. Correct.
Do you know how pissed Georgianne's going to be at me screwing around here and all that? Which
I
is
don't think
supposed
so.
to be a nice
Well-
little thing. She's like, "Oh my God, we're in there to promote this, and all he wants to do is screw around." Is that all right?
One more quick tidbit. After
Yes.
the 31st, tickets will be going up to $55. So they are $45 a ticket now. After the 31st, they go up to $55. So get your tickets.
That's tomorrow or 2
Saturday.
days. Saturday, huh?
yes.
So,
Yeah.
everybody get your tickets. Call Georgianne or go to the church website. There's a QR code. We have so it's very, very simple to purchase.
Do you know Georgianne? You
I
presented?
just know that
'Cause you're right on. She will be.
Oh, she will be. I know. Well, I know from the sales guy. He's like,
that's
make
right.
sure.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he
Yep.
told me, "Hey, don't go in there and screw around on this one." All right. I'm like, okay, thanks a lot. All right. Thanks to you two for
guys.
doing
Thank
this.
you.
A lot of really cool things happening in the region. And one of those is basically, I think, 9 days from when we're recording this. We'll play this up until February 7th. So thank you two for coming in.
Thank you.
I do want to say this to everybody. Stay where you're at. We got to reshift a couple things. And we're going to do the Calumet Painting Show right now on the voice and face of the region.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option.